The Rogue Room appreciates your recommendation.
Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? I sound like a fucking idiot. I'm trying something. I'm gonna try something. You'll see in a couple of minutes. I'm still beginning to wonder if, like, is the 10 minute... I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've been sitting most of the day. I'm beginning to wonder if, like, the 10-minute intro too long. But maybe it's just the fact that I've spent so long at my desk today. Working, you know, researching, wasting time on social media. Hello, Garmin. Hello, Feast. Hello, Broken. How are you folks doing? Not hello, Pete Evans, though. He's a fuckwit. And he can go be a fuckwit on his private island or whatever, where there'll be no vaccines because he doesn't like them. What's the bet that Pete Evans is the kind of person who believes in the idea that vaccines lead to autism? What's the bet that he thinks that autistic people are a blight on society and a burden to their families? Curious. What do you reckon? I've got a vanilla latte. I have a vanilla latte and it's fucking lovely. Let me tell you right now. It's just Aldi brand, cheap as shit, $4. You get 10 sachets of this, and it is delightful. I can tell you the flavor, the sweetness of it. Fucking treat. 17 seconds till I turn off this stupid screen and we switch to... Also, I don't know if you can, like, if my music is doubling over or anything. Let me know if that's the case. The microphone's pretty far away from the speakers. I've got the music going. How's it going? Got a bit of a different situation at the moment. I'm standing for a bit. Countdown is giving you very much New Year's Eve. I mean, that's fair. I can understand that. How's it hanging? We're up here for the time being, because my back is fucking killing me, dude, honestly. And it's the sitting that's doing it. I feel it the most when I'm sitting, driving me up the fucking wall. Can't stand it. How's you folks been? How's your day been? What have you been up to? What's been going on? I look like I'm going to perform a song. I am by no stretch of the imagination a vocalist or a musician, so do not expect that from me. My turn. Yeah, that's like way loud. How's it hanging? How you folks been? Today has been a kind of a busy day for me. Had to, like, after getting done with the gym pretty early on, I decided... No, hang on, yeah, not decided, sorry, I was coerced. After getting done with the gym this morning, which was mostly upper body and has left my shoulders kind of aching a bit, the pain I've got at the moment is like my lower back, which is not good. I can't even blame it on my fat tits, because as you can see, there's like... bit shit. Featuring Dua Lipa, yeah. Fantastic. Let's get it going. After doing the workout, I had to take my grandfather to a pathologist appointment, I think. Had to get needles done. Needles are not good. I'm gonna have to get myself jabbed soon. I'm gonna have to go do the whole jab thing again really soon. In a couple of months. Get a follow-up appointment with the endocrinologist. I really need to put something on that wall. Like, you can really see how barren that wall is from this angle. I've got like one thing that I could maybe put there, and I'm not committed enough to the idea of Spider-Man, particularly not Tom Holland's Spider-Man, who is a fine Spider-Man for the record, and I love the suit and everything, but I'm not committed enough to the idea of Tom Holland's Spider-Man or MCU Spider-Man to put a poster up, you know? I'm committed to the idea of being trans enough that I could put my trans flag up there when I get it, when I order it. Howdy, Emigeddon, how you going? I've thought about a mirror, honestly, I have. Or like a big heavy clock. And I'm like, do I want to put... I really wouldn't mind having something big and chunky at the head of my bed, but also that is where my head is when I sleep. And I would rather not have something super heavy fall on my head during my sleep. Addendum to that, I am living in a rental. And let me just show you something here. Actually, I can do this. My alternate camera, which has got a shitty frame rate, but I'm going to move this for a sec. I did a dumb thing in my rental house that I have, and I put light strips on my wall here at some point, and as you can see, I failed to remove them efficiently. The idea originally was supposed to be have that light strip on the back of my monitors, and kinda fucked the wall a bit. Oops. I still want to put lights there, but I'm like, if I do it again, maybe not the light strips. At the moment, though, light strips on the bed. Looks fucking banging. Easy to fix? I know it's easy to fix. It wouldn't take that much effort. Hola saludos. Maxic, yeah, sadly, I do not speak any other language. Hydration, thank you, Fox. What's a reactionary? Good question. I want to ask you guys. Okay, before we go on, I want to ask you guys what you think a reactionary is. Specifically,
Welcome to
what?
the Rogue Room.
Oh, the bloody alert is still getting me. Becky needs to stop. Thank you for joining us here in the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, or stand if you feel it, and chill out with us. You're trying to sleep. What, is me standing keeping you awake? Someone who overreacts, we got one answer. What's a reactionary? Someone who gives too much of a shit if you're one thing or another. You're close. You are close, Bobby. You're in the right frame of mind there. Give me some more suggestions. I want to hear it. Because people always get this wrong in the same way that I tend to get words like ephemeral wrong, for example. Which I now know. Or am I thinking of another word? No, yeah, I'm thinking of ephemeral. Someone who waits until something happens to actually do anything. Someone who goes overboard. A reactionary is someone who is specifically anti-progressive ideas. Their entire thing is they don't like the idea of society progressing. Reactionaries, as Azera has said, defend the status quo. I should have waited a little bit longer. But yes, the reactionary has the idea in their head that things shouldn't be moving forward. They should be staying static. And I don't know why it's called a reactionary, though. It kind of... yeah, opposing to progress. I don't know why it's called that. I'm not 100% certain on what the reason is behind that terminology. I suppose it's, the reaction to change, right? And that must be it. People like... we commonly bring up folks like Isaac Butterfield, Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, Ben Shababy, Abby Shapiro. I hate that I share a name with her, but I share a name with Abigail Thorne, and that's fucking cool. Reactionary people seem real stupid. Ain't nothing a little lecture can't fix. That's the problem. That's what one of the that's a shadow on my face. Okay, I was confused. I thought that was my hair, or is it? What have you got broken? To do with their attitudes or something. Nothing worse than standing still. I fidget a lot. 2 non-binary musicians I can support. Send me some suggestions. I need some more musical suggestions. If you're in my Discord, I have a suggestions box thing. Also, I think my camera frame rate's a bit fucky tonight. Oh, you have no Discord. Send it to me in Twitch DMs then. Or, because if you drop it in chat, I guarantee you I'm going to forget what the names are. So it's to do with their attitudes. Yeah, reactionary types are by and large conservatives, but specifically relating to social change. I actually saw a comment today. I saw the epitome of a centrist on Facebook. I, again, don't know why I go on Facebook, but I was browsing the comment section of a news article on something or other. It was the leader of the opposition. Above his office hangs an Aboriginal spear that members of the Aboriginal community made for him and gifted to him. So he hangs it over his office door as a form of tribute to the Aboriginal community. And one of the comments Thanks, Broken. One of the comments really, like, the peak of centrism. Absolute peak of centrism. The guy responds to Anthony Albanese, the leader of the opposition in Australia. Responds to his post saying something to the effect of, there's too much far left and far right in politics. We need a really balanced middle of the road where everyone gets along, and you can tell he's the kind of person who doesn't get why we don't want certain ideologies to be prevalent and prominent in politics. And there's a reason that politics is inherently, I guess you could argue, contrarian and I was going to say oppository. That's not a word. Suppository is a word. There are a lot of politicians that act like suppositories. Or at the very least, they're all assholes. Anywho. Didn't really know what to expect. I never know what to expect. The goal today, let me move over a little bit. And put myself right here. So I'm like in that space where there's that blank bit in the wall and it doesn't really look as weird. I don't usually stand up, I usually sit down when I do my streams, but I was feeling, let's stand up a bit because my back, dude. My back is fucking killing me. I think it's because it's usually the beginning of the week where I get back pain from the gym. That's not a good thing. We're going to get into some body image stuff and talk about fitness and all of that. But I have a tendency, and I didn't have this problem in the past, I think. I have a tendency to do exercises like deadlift on Tuesdays, which is a heavy back exercise. And then I have a tendency to do an upper back exercise on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And as a result, doing 2 back exercises in a row, especially with a certain level of intensity and weight, leaves me feeling particularly sore. And deadlift is just, I think, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I strongly believe that the hormones I'm taking, for those of you who are not aware, I am a trans woman. Let's get that out of the way right now, so you're well aware of things. The hormones I'm on, I strongly believe the testosterone blockers have greatly diminished my strength. So I'm trying to lift deadlifts that were previously piss easy for me 6 to 12 months ago. I was doing 80 kilograms on the bar total yesterday. And it was agony. Holy crap. Hey, Rena, I look nice. Thank you. Deadlift is so good. I love it. It's such a powerful feeling lift. Squat is... I'm squat and bench I'm kind of like iffy on. I do them because I want to do the big 3 lifts, but now I'm dealing with a lot of personal contention with lifting. Dealing with a lot of personal image issues around the fact that my arms look like this. You know, I'm not a skinny chick. I got shoulders that stick out a bit because I do, you know, my lat raises and my front raises and all that. And I've got... My back used to be a lot bigger.
I see you've brought guests. Welcome
friends. How's it going? Jay-chan, what's the happenings? What were you streaming tonight, friend? I love your face. How was stream? How'd you go? What'd you get up to? Hello, Kez, by the way. I saw you there. Did I respond to you already, Kez? I can't recall. I feel like chat's been going a bit. Could do the nut bush. I never want to do that dance ever again in my life.
Welcome
and the choker?
to the Rogue
Thank
Room.
you. You want to hear a funny story? Welcome to the Rogue Room. I'm not Bobby. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Here in the Rogue Room. I wish I could put some light strips along the... whatever this is called. That bit on the... that stuff. You know what I mean. Laughing Manatee, greetings. I don't usually do standing streams, but we're here now. I'm actually going to. You played Don't Starve. How'd you find it? I'm going to adjust this just a bit. No, not that far. Is that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can see more of my pinny now. Fantastic. Died a lot. Yeah, I played it with Loot Demon a little while back. And it was a very, very tedious kind of game. But I am interested in playing it again at some point. I'm assuming, did you play Don't Starve together or just Don't Starve? As far as I know, both of them are single player, but Don't Starve Together is just the sequel with more stuff and multiplayer in it. I got lint in my pockets. I'm gonna have to vacuum my floor after this. Fantastic. What's my PR for the bench squat and deadlift? I could actually, you know what? I dare say, I use the app Strong, which looks a bit like this. There you go. It still calls me by my dead name, by the way. I haven't updated my profile on this. Simply Don't Starve. You got the first one to... Oh, yeah, because it's cheaper. Alright, let's have a look at my exercises. Let's try my deadlift PR first. Deadlift barbell. Records. My max weight on deadlift that I've ever done is 130 kilos. Could not do that now. Guarantee you, I could not hit that now. And bench, I want to say, was 100. I want to say bench was 100 kilograms, or maybe 110. No, 95. Okay. I swore I did 100 at some point, but alright. Again, this is really gonna put into perspective how much weaker I am these days. I was struggling to hit 5 reps of 50 kilograms on bench press. So, weak. And finally, squats. Max weight on that, 105 kilos. Maybe that's where I got it from. So there we go. 105 on squat, 95 on bench, 130 on deadlift. But yeah, those are all his stats. So, well, it's worth keeping that in mind. It's heavy. How does exercise and diet fit into your transition goals? Do you have any thoughts on vocal training? I am considering actually looking into serious vocal training. There is something from a video that I watched. Steph Sanyati, she's a streamer now. She used to be a YouTuber, makeup YouTuber and stuff like that. But now she does streams here on Twitch. And I watched a video of hers telling you about a concept where you've got a voice that's sort of like up here. You can feel your voice up here, which I'm trying to do right now. Whereas if you talk a bit deeper, which is hard for me to do, because I have been sort of personally training to sound more like this. But if you talk deeper into your chest, you can feel it. It's weird to explain, but if you talk in a higher pitch, if you try to talk in a higher pitch, you feel it in your head or the back of your neck. And if you talk deeper, you feel it really in your chest. So if you focus on shifting it so that the majority of your speech is from back here, you get that higher pitch, even though, you know, obviously it's never going to be as good as I would like, but I am going to try vocal training at some point. You can link a YouTube channel if you want. Cheney's here. You have a giant teddy bear from your youth on the couch next to you, and she doesn't like it. You know what's funny? Is Smudge has a blanket. He has this cute blanket that he had when I adopted him from the RSPCA. And it was knitted by this old lady. Like, according to the story that the clerk told me, that this old lady would knit blankets for the animals, and they would give them to the animals. So he would sleep on this. And then, for the longest time, I brought it home with him. It came with him. And for the longest time, he seems to have not liked the blanket. And now, all of a sudden, don't ask me why he's done this. It's kind of a personal insult. I moved a chase, you know, like the lounge bit, like a long, flat lounge thing, or an ottoman. It's an ottoman, but now it's laid out with the lounge like a chase, basically. The kids decided they were going to make a little bed for Smudge because he was sleeping on that ottoman routinely, and they put his blanket on the end of it, and all of a sudden he likes the blanket again. He'll sleep there on the blanket without fail. I'm like, I have tried so hard to use that blanket to manipulate that stupid cat to sleep where I want him to. He's chosen the ottoman. Little fuckwit. Fuck the imperial system. I agree. Bench does need a lot more work. You're struggling at 200 pounds, but your squat and deadlift are way better. I've noticed that, you know, so I've noticed bench seems to be the hardest lift, in my opinion. Bench seems to be, because there is an innate dread associated with, you have a bar with plates of weight loaded on it. I'm sure all of you have seen videos of people trying to bench press something they clearly couldn't and dropping it on their chest. Bench press is fucking terrifying. Squats less so. Like, of the two big lifts you can do, squat and bench need a spotter. Generally speaking, if you want to go super heavy, you need someone to be there. To, you know, save you if you do drop the bar, if you can't get it up off the when you're doing the bench press, or if you're doing a squat and you get down deep and you can't get back up again, having a spotter to, you know, get the bar off your shoulders or whatever. But at least with the squat, you can drop the bar back, and usually the squat racks have got little catch bars that'll grab it for you. Finally forgot the association of the shelter with the blanket. It's possible. Very possible. A nice walk in the sunset. You went for a pre-dinner walk, which is better than nothing, but you'd like to jog again eventually. Jogging is hard too. Jogging is kind of like, the last time I jogged, my feet and legs ached for like a week afterwards. Because the majority of my cardio was on the bike at the gym. So I get in there and I do 20 minutes of cardio before I do anything else, ideally. Sometimes if the bikes are all taken, I'll go do the rest of my weight set first and then come back to cardio. But I did want to talk about, like, this is all very good discussion. Fitness discussion is all very relevant to something that I've been strongly struggling with recently, which is, in fact, my upper body. I am, you know, I shouldn't really be complaining all that much. But, because, you know, quite honestly, I'm gonna be level with you. I do look quite good shirtless. I don't look bad. I have some visible abdominal muscles at the moment, not hugely or anything like that, but I'm struggling with the internal idea of, like, here's me trying my best to be my most authentic self, to put it quite clearly. And though I am greatly appreciative of strong women, you know, I have quite an affinity for muscle gals. I look at myself and I'm just like, not quite, like, look at these arms, for example. This is a problem that I've been dealing with. This is like a body image issue I've been dealing with. Is I feel like my upper half, at the very least, is far too masculine. And I'm considering, you know, I tried this initially, back when I began. It's real. I don't know why it's awkward to talk about transitioning all of a sudden, because, like, I talk about this all the fucking time. Maybe it's because I'm standing up. But when I started transitioning, I did originally drop the vast majority of my upper body workouts. I switched my upper body days to just purely abs, and then I would do, like, legs. What did I do? I was basically just doing cardio, legs, and abs, and I was largely neglecting my upper body. And now I'm kind of thinking, do I do it again? Do I go back to that? Because it feels like I'm not growing the upper body, really, because all the weight sets that I do are really light. But on the same token, like, do I completely neglect those muscles and let them atrophy, or do I? By the way, let me do the poll for you, because I have to actually type it in. Or do I? Do I keep going? What do I like? I'm not sure what to do. There's a lot in this. Yeah, insecurities are awkward. Alright, let's see. Muscular chest or arms? What do you mean? Hang on. Alright, I'll want to embrace it. That's the thing. It's like, I really want to. I think, but yeah, as I'm sure many trans folks are entirely aware, and I'm sure many cis folks are entirely aware of this. Trans people deal with looking in the mirror and not quite seeing what you want to see. Despite the fact that, you know, I posted on my Twitter today a trans timeline picture where, you know, it was my old face versus my new, and I mentioned I'm happy now, and I'm overjoyed with the person I've become. But dealing with body image issues, and of course this is not just a trans-only thing, I think socially speaking, a lot of us deal with body image issues as we're our own worst critics. We constantly look at every little, like, we see ourselves more often than anyone else. We know the intricacies of our bodies. We know where everything is. And anytime something pops up, or anytime we can observe a flaw that we know we can fix, but we have to struggle to do so, it can be pretty hard for us to embrace that and challenge, you know, what do we do moving forward? Do you want a dainty aesthetic, or do you want to look like you can crush someone? That's the never-ending struggle, is it? Oh, sorry, kick the mic. Do I want to look like Widowmaker, or do I want to look like Zarya? Quite frankly, I wish I could have a donk like Widowmaker. I do my squats. I do a glutes only day. I actually do. I do a glutes only day. Widowmaker can crush me. She can crush me any day. I don't know why I decided to use a Overwatch analogy, but I mean, I suppose it works. Hello, Midnight. How you doing? We're standing up tonight. I might change that a bit later on. We'll see how we go. But arms. There we go. Did you get in here? Did you get here in time to hear Butt Day? Yes. I mean, we can talk about that if you want. We can talk about, like, my current routine. Mercy is where you go for dainty. She's kind of covered her whole body, though. Like, you can't really make out what her physique is. Because doesn't she have, like, body armor top to toe, pretty much? Not thick body armor, but, like, you know, it conceals some of her form. At the very least, yeah, Widowmaker is not a teeny woman, but she has got a slender upper half, and then he flares out. Pretty stressed, got a long way to go to cover your expenses at the end of the month. Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. We were talking fitness, we were talking body image issues, and we're talking the fact that I struggle with the pursuit of fitness that I've gone through for the last 4 odd years. I distinctly remember the date, January 6th, 2017, is when I started lifting weights, when I started working out. And I've been doing that whole time. I've been working on that whole time, and I'm just kind of stuck in the mindset of, like, Laughing Manatee. There we go. I can see it. I can read it now. I need to change the color of this font so I can read people's usernames. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. Tough question. Really something you need to go with, whatever makes you happy. I think it's going to come to a point where I'm going to need to actually challenge my anxiety and talk to one of the training staff at the gym and be like, these are my body goals. You know, I am not as fond of the upper body muscularity that I have at the moment.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
I can't read it. But give me the message. Alexis M. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. I'm changing the color of that fucking font. I can't read people's usernames. Hey, Autumn, how you doing? You like the choker? Can I show the choker off, or is it not going to work? The zoom doesn't really... Yeah. I decided on a goth vibe tonight. I woke up and chose goth vibes. Funny story about this. I got this choker. I'm lucky it fits because the chain on the back, I was going to try it on originally, and like half of the chain snapped off as I was trying to put it on. It just broke. It's really cheap, flimsy garbage from eBay. Fortunately, it snapped off at a point where it's like the next 3 links are just tight enough that I can still clasp it shut. So, the wristbands, these were a gift from my friend Beck, who I went to her place a little while back and we did a makeup and hair stream. And then we went out for dinner. I think, honestly, that would have been one of the bigger things to push me towards a more feminine presentation in public. So she got me all done up. Previously, before that, I had kind of been going out in generally feminine-leaning androgynous attire. You know, sometimes a crop top and the short shorts with the tights under them, or like a t-shirt up top. So I hadn't really gone full-blown lady girl mode, I guess. Can't afford to go get your gym membership till next week. That sucks. I also struggle with the price of gym memberships. Like, there's one really good gym near me that I used to go to, and they've got a ton of really cool facilities, but the price just kept going up. It just kept going up every single time. And every year or so, you know, you'd be there and it's like, oh, we're bumping our prices up by $12. Like, why? Nothing's changed. And then they can we get the bot to do something? Oh my god, dude. You need help. I've got the mod buttons now. Oh no, Kes! Quick, reverse that. Thank you. Jesus Christ, dude. Holy fucking shit. But yeah, the gym I go to now is really cheap by comparison to the old one. But yeah, the gym model, the business model of it is kind of ridiculous. Because yeah, the thing was, it used to be the old gym that I used to go to, the one that I started lifting at a few years ago. They what was it? They used to be owned by the YMCA, and I guess the YMCA closed down basically, or I don't know if they're active anymore or whatever it is. And it got bought out by council, and unsurprisingly, the moment something gets bought by the council, they're going to charge you even more money for it. And it got to a point where it's just like, this is prohibitively expensive. I can't afford to go to this gym anymore, so I had to ditch it and find another place. And the current place I go to is nice enough. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got a creche option for the children, so I can put the kids in there and go do my workout. But yeah, body image. So yeah, like I've mentioned, report the troll. If you guys want to report the troll, because that's not on. Reported the troll. Well, if you guys can still see them in the chat at all, go report their account. That's not on. Here we go. I left a note here that 24 a fortnight. No, mine's 34 a fortnight actually. So about $68 a month, which is not too much. And then on top of that, generally speaking, what they've got is a creche system where you buy a $50 pass. There's a bug in my room, and you get you get 20 visits to the creche. So your kids, say I've got 2 kids, I get my son in there 2 days a week and both of my kids in there on 1 day a week. In ancient Hebrew, it read, "Man shall not lie with a boy." Yeah, it was about pedophilia. There's a fun fact for any of you Bible thumpers. Leviticus spoke specifically about pedophiles, but it's really convenient that they changed that definition. I wonder why they would have done that. Someone should really let the Catholics know. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I deal with the disconnect between what I see in the mirror and how I feel. So, going to the gym was originally a way to fix that. Honestly, I hated that I had become a lazy, flabby, nonsense piece of human garbage. And now I'm a lazy, human nonsense piece of garbage, but I'm a chick, which I like a lot more. However, now I have to deal with the fact that I've spent 4 years working on building muscle, and it's now muscle that I don't really want. At least, I like having big legs. I'm going to say that. I like having big legs. Big legs are nice. They're nice and chunky. I look like I could crush someone's skull or a watermelon between them. Good. A lazy Abby nonsense piece of garbage. Missed the chance at a pun. Wait, a lazy Abby nonsense. What? Am I missing the pun? I don't get it. They broke that rule anyway. Which rule? Hello Draco, how you doing? My back is killing. This is why we're standing, by the way. This is why we're standing up. We're doing the standing thing. Oh, goodness me. I've been stretching. I've been getting up and stretching and trying to move my body around a little bit more so that I don't, end up making matters worse. I worry that there are some other circumstances. Lazy Oh, yes. Okay. I'm actually not that flabby anymore. On the subject. I am a lazy piece of human garbage. Human female garbage. I'm a biological human woman. I say that. For anyone who's... You might have heard that joke before. You might have heard of trans girls referring to themselves as a biological woman. I'm a biological woman. Draco, posture check. I mean, I'm standing up. Keep your back straight, I guess. Probably, that's a thing. Triceps. The biceps. The forearms. More woman than me and I have a vagina. I want to explain this joke because I feel like there's a bunch of people who don't get it. There's no such thing as a biological woman. Thus, I'm a biological woman because I can just... It's just a made-up thing. The joke redeemed because he's standing. Well, since we're posture checking... There we go. We'll do a bicep flex. If I had... Oh, you can sort of see my lats flare a bit. And that's the thing, right? It's like, I feel like I look good. You know, I don't look bad. I look comparable, minus tits, to some of the powerlifter girls I follow on Instagram. There are some girls on there that I follow who are probably bigger than me, honestly. In terms of their muscularity, bigger arms, bigger shoulders, bigger back, slimmer waist, bigger legs. I've seen some girls that can, you know, deadlift 200 kilos or whatever. And they look swole as fuck, and they are cut to the bone, and they're probably on steroids, let's be honest with ourselves. Which I'm never going to do, because that's more testosterone and I want less. Shoulders back, chin up. I don't want to go off the top of the camera, though. And yeah, it's like my body type is arguably comparable to them in a lot of ways. I'm not a huge, beefy, you know, bloke. Like, I've seen dudes at the gym who are clearly on the fucking gear. I've like, there's one gym near me that is Anytime Fitness. You might have that wherever you are, because they're a worldwide franchise. And I've been into several different Anytime Fitness franchises, and in every one, without fail, there are gearheads. There are some of the most plastic people you've seen on the planet. It's amazing. I didn't think those kind of people existed in my area. You go into Anytime Fitness and all of a sudden you're surrounded by these people who have got like 2% body fat, muscles and, not muscles, veins bulging out of their muscles. And you've got, say for example, women who've clearly had plastic surgery and all that, like, and it's just like, where do these people come from? Detroit, there you go. Washing machine is so loud, mine gets a bit loud. Cis male partner also triggers your les half and your straight half. I mean, that's good, right? Like, have fun with it. Trigger your lesbian half, so I must be a woman. There you go. That's the goal. I downloaded Tinder a little bit ago. I reset my profile to Abby and all of that. And then I ended up deleting it because I kept sending me notifications.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Hollywood, I own you. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. Muscular, opinionated, funny, like, let me take you on a date. You can, if you like. One of the issues, yeah, I downloaded Tinder, because I'm an idiot. And set up my profile and all that, and I was too scared to actually try dating. So I deleted it yesterday or today or something. Because it kept sending me notifications, it's like, oh, you're missing out on the opportunity to meet your perfect match. Big hot dinger, what's going on? Looking forward to getting back to the gym someday. You're usually pretty secure with yourself, but you've been getting uncomfortable in your skin during lockdown. I can understand that. When I was stuck at home originally, during the lockdowns that we had, I was doing, because there was obviously no gym or anything like that, I do have a set of weights. I got a dumbbell set over here. Oh, good lord. This is like, not that heavy, honest. I've got this. I'm gonna put that back down again. Oh my fuck. Which is an adjustable dumbbell set. So you got the bar and you've got like,
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Welcome to the Rogue Room, Darkside 5110. How you doing? Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. What was I gonna say? It's got like a number of different weight plate sizes in it, so you can stack them all. And I think the maximum amount of weight you can get on one is like 14 kilos total or something. Present a topic. Hang on, so let me go back a bit. Had to delete Tinder because you're acting like a mega hoe. I'm awesome, thank you, Hollywood. Looks like the kind of girl you look at from afar and want to ask out, but you'd be too terrified to do so because she can do better than me. Thank you, Draco. How long did it take? Honestly, I think it was like most of last year. I feel like I started growing my hair out at either the tail end of 2019 or midway through 2019. So, and I haven't cut it all the way through 2020. So it's hard to say exactly. I could go back and find like an old photo of me where I had short hair and I could reasonably infer that that was the time period where I was like regularly cutting my hair and go from there. Just end up sleeping around because validation. If you were nearby, you would, and Tom is just going to have to be okay with it. I mean, I've had some success on Tinder, and this is something that I was considering doing using for a part in a video soon. Yeah, actually, it would be kind of relevant to the subject matter. I might throw that in there. So shopping for clothes and things like bras, skirts, and dresses. Any advice or experiences to say? Yes, well, not standing desk yet. We're just standing. I want a standing desk. I would love that, but we're just standing at the moment. Good question. I've mostly bought sports bras, honestly. I don't have anything to actually hold in, so it's mostly if I'm wearing a tank top and I don't want anyone to see the naughty bits. Not allowed on YouTube. Skirts and dresses, haven't... Oh, I've got like one skirt, so my experience there isn't too good. But I've mostly just been going to standard shops. I have been meaning to go to like op shops. I've been told good things about going to op shops. Go away. Bug in my room. Yeah, I haven't had the chance to go yet though, so if I do go, I will let you know how I go. This, for example, like I have a couple of items from a site called Dangerfield. There's this, and there's the dress that I wore and cancelled. But I don't even know what advice there would be. I originally, when I was first trying to shop around for girly stuff, I found it very awkward to go into the women's section because obvious reasons. It feels more and more now that I'm like totally comfortable just wandering through and browsing things and picking things out and whatever else. Not that I can routinely buy new clothes, mind you. I'm broke. But when I have a spare $20 or $30, I might get a dress or something. Did pole dancing lessons and it did wonders for your fitness, but also feminine confidence. You screwed your wrist. Oh, that's awful. Oh no, wrist pain is the worst. But that does sound like a good idea. Tinder profile says you have a job. It helps with getting matches. Have cleaning and stuff to do, so hopefully catch you next time. Have a good one, Kez. Thank you so kindly for being here. You grow out of your bra scene is not bothering to buy more until they're done growing. I mean, that's understandable. I've heard that complaint. I've actually heard, here's an interesting thing. We'll come back to fitness in a moment. There's a trans girl I follow on Twitter who specifically mentioned that they tell you the majority of the growth and bodily change is going to happen in that first year that you're on hormones. And after that, it's supposed to be significantly lessened. But then she went on to say that, you know, in the years following having been on HRT, she's seen more development and more growth and had to buy more bras as a result, because it hasn't stopped. So there's that to look forward to, perhaps. Hard to say. I don't know, like, this is the issue, you know, you don't have a whole ton of the science out there. The science we do have limited. The information we have is limited, so it makes it difficult to be able to verifiably state going to develop this way with the hormones or not, you know. Tricky. But anyway, when I started lifting, right? It was like I've written some notes here. Stand up stream, Ty. Yes, stand up stream. I'm tired. My back is sore. I'm tired of sitting down, so we're standing up. Hi, Ren. How you doing, lovely? We're talking fitness. Stand-up comedian. Am I funny enough to be a stand-up comedian? Probably funnier than Isaac Butterfield. Let's be real with ourselves. Probably funnier than Steven Crowder as well, who posted the absolute most unfunny thing I think I've ever seen.
Room appreciates your recommendation.
Ty, thank you so kindly for the host. Did you guys see this tweet? Hold up. Let me put my mic over there. So he has on numerous occasions, not that Steven. I think there's actually, yeah, here. Comedy incarnate. Funny to laugh at, not to laugh with. But for those of you who are out of the loop, AOC, Alexandria. What? How do you? AOC. Just, you know who AOC is. I did know Eric Andre is bisexual. Yes, I did. I was reading about that recently. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the lady from America, was talking about how fearful she was and talking about her experiences with sexual assault and fearing that, you know, more was going to happen during the Capitol riots. And I think she talked about past abuse. I'm not 100% sure. I was going to watch that video on stream and we could react to that, but maybe not. But here's the fucking thing. Here's what Steven Crowder thinks is comedy, and here's what his audience thinks is absolutely hilarious. Absolute hilarity. Allegedly, AOC's abuser was found. It's a picture of Karl Marx with a shirt that says, "Seize the means of reproduction." What's the joke? Genuinely, like, Shu posted this, right? Steven, I am asking in good faith, what is the joke? What is the joke, Steven? You need a punchline, Steven. Like, you can't... What?
Another round.
Another
On
round.
you.
Garlic. Thank you.
You
for
are
100,
man.
100 bits.
Akizaho.
Why are you Why are you giving me money if you don't like me? Thanks for the money, though. The joke is Crowder has no humor. It's Steven. Steven is the joke. There was a follow-up to this, I think. There was a follow-up to this. The thing is, I don't think the joke has an explanation. There is none. This is the guy who, mind you, okay, he put out a shirt. He put out a merchandise shirt. What did it say? It said socialism is for F, and then a picture of a fig leaf. It said socialism is for F fig leaf GS. And of course the fig leaf is kind of shaped a bit like an A, but you look at it and it's like, the joke is that someone will go to you, why are you wearing a shirt that says socialism is for fill in the blank? And they'll go, oh no, it says figs. See, it's a fig leaf. Like, that's the level of humor we're dealing with. These people are dumb. Hydrate, radio. Stay hydrated. I certainly stay hydrated in the gym. Crowder is funnyant. What about Fallon Fox? I can guarantee you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I don't give a fuck about that story. This bit fucker was here last night, I believe so. Vaginas are the source of reproduction, and if he's seizing the means of production, he's grabbing them by the pussy. That's about as close as you can get to alleged comedy. I feel like I might need to sit down now. I'm getting a bit tired of standing up. Do we continue standing stream? Oh, you know, the moment I say that, the back starts aching it. You would probably say that progressivism, socialism is a joke, but name dropped AOC for visibility. Most definitely. And again, like, what is this guy's content? I think I've seen a bit of his videos. A few of his videos. It doesn't seem like he has any valid points. Like, his whole thing, I cannot do a flip, guys. Seems like his whole thing. I did see oh, hang on, have I seen his trans stuff? No, I've seen Shapiro's trans stuff. Yes, Eddie Izzard did recently do a charity stream on Twitch. They were doing, I think, running, on a treadmill or something like that, and they would have guests on. I'm not 100% sure. Gingerbeard Man.
You are now one of us.
Gifting 2 tier 1 subs. Why? Thank you. I don't know why it's still saying you can now enter the sub lounge, but thank you for gifting subs
Welcome
to Chesser
back,
and Ty.
supporter of the cause.
Why not? I don't know. I'm very tired. This coffee is supposed to help wake me up. Help wake me up. Yeah, I believe I was in Jordan Rasco's stream the other night and they were talking about how they rated Eddie Izzard, and I was like, wait, Eddie Izzard? The comedian? And they're like, yes. You have to go back to sleep. It might be a good idea. You can spam dabbing cats? Fuck yes. Best fucking emote on Twitch. I'll tell you right now, it's the best fucking emote on Twitch is my cat dabbing. I've never dabbed in my life. I never intended to. I don't intend to. Not going to change. Not going to shift. I don't know how long we stay on the subscriber lounge scene for. Anyway, the alert thing's probably not going to change anytime soon, so hold your horses for just a second. Alright, I think that's situated. Go back here. Legit question. What I know of that name and what I know of that story tells me I have no interest in talking about it. There was a reason it used to be in my rules to not bring up that specific topic. Fix this up. There we go. We can sit again. I've had enough time standing. We can now sit and chill. It's honestly a bad faith discussion to have. If we look it up. Yeah, I think I know exactly what's going on with this particular discussion, and I don't want to touch it. Generally speaking, I just don't like having that discussion. No, I don't like the transgender women in sports discussion, because it's never brought up in good faith. It's never an argument made in good faith. It's always brought up as an argument against transgender people in general. So I don't want to have that discussion. I know the name. I know of the kinds of things people who are anti-trans women in sports are going to say. And I just don't want to have that discussion. Because, yeah, we're sick of this bullshit. What about trans women in baking? Now that is crucial. Kind of feel bad for Eddie because she is not a pretty woman, but she's a woman and that's all that matters. Has been transitioning for a long time, true. She's pretty enough. But, you know, if we're being honest, you know, the aesthetics of a person do, what was I going to say? There was a point I was going to make. It's like as much as we don't want to discuss, and I try to be as polite and understanding and empathic as I possibly can to everybody. Made a long comment about it just a bit. Let me go back and have a look. You're looking at a post about Eddie today, no transition, and the comments were full of, with that face you could never be a woman. You're like, honey, even cis women don't owe you femininity. Agreed. 100%. And this is kind of, oh my god. I just realized who responded to Shoe on Head. It's Styx Hexenhammer. Why do I still have this tweet up? Let me get rid of that. Anyway, Styx Hexenhammer is a notable outright Nazi content creator. Yeah, the thing about trans women is like whenever they say you look like a man or anything like that, it's like I've seen cis women, full mask off here, who look like men. I have seen numerous women, yes, cisgender women, at least, you know, you can reasonably assume that they're cis women. But even then, you know, you can't assume, is the thing. And vice versa, I've seen men who look like women, who are cis men. And Jesus Christ. But yes, I 100% think we need more trans women in baking. I might do a baking stream soon. That's an idea. Can I do a baking stream? What should we bake? How about damper? You guys ever had damper? Have you folks, my apologies, ever had damper? It's an Australian baked good. It's an Australian baked good. I used to make them when I was a kid. This. D-A-M-P-E-R. It's a big baked roll. I think it can be made sweet or savory. And you chop it up into little pieces. Put stuff on it. You can mix in different ingredients if you want. You can put cheese in it. Hello, Wicked Bob. How you doing, lovely? Idea for a baking stream. Don't care what it is. Yeah, I mean, baked goods, right? This is the problem. This is why I struggle to lose weight, because there's too many baked goods. Why is Vegemite? Vegemite is glorious, okay? Don't insult Vegemite. You folks are really out in force tonight. Have you guys got a Discord? Have you transferred to go to Discord? I would like to go and join your Discord. Because it seems like there's a lot of you and I'm getting targeted by a ton of you lately. You've got to have some place where you guys are organizing just to target transgender people. Have to. That's what it seems like. Unless it's just the same person making accounts over and over again. If so, please, I beg you, take up baking. Take up a hobby. Baking is good. It's therapeutic. Go take up baking. Here's the situation, alright. about the Fallon Fox scenario is every time that this topic is brought up, it's an attack on transgender people. The story has happened and we've moved on. You know, that story has occurred and we moved on. And furthermore, the whole being a man for 30 years having 2 children and failing to disclose people he thought he's been pumped full of testosterone for the last 30 years. All you're doing is finding numerous different holes to poke in trans identity, essentially. And using one example to create a straw man to attack trans people, and that is inherently transphobic. I don't want to express any opinions on that person. I don't want to express any negative or positive opinions on some, especially not regarding if they are transgender or not. That's not a discussion I wish to have. You would think you would be able to draw that conclusion. I don't need to find God, because as we read last night, God is dead. Thus spake Zarathustra. We read a bit about Nietzsche. Now I want to read Thus Spake or Spoke, because the book gave it 2 different names. Let me see here. Is it thus... Google says Thus Spake Zarathustra. Nope, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Which one is it, Google? Oh my god. Get out of my chat. No more warnings. No more bullshit. I have no interest in you people. It's quite clear that being a queer creator on this platform leads me to be a target. And I'm fine with that. It is spake. Spake is a proper term, especially for the time period. Thought so. Is the music looping, by the way? Not looping. Is the music coming through the microphone? Like, I'll just stop for a sec. Does it sound like... Because I don't have my headphones on, it's just coming through my speakers. And is the music, like, echoing or anything? Can you guys hear it all, or... This is my hair. My hair looks way better than a wig, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Gurman. Stop giving the trolls ammo. You can hear the music just fine, but it doesn't sound like it's echoey. That's the one issue I've got, is like, I don't want the music to be... Because I've got filters on the microphone, so the microphone sounds pretty good, in my opinion. That's too bright. There we go. Also, I think my camera's framey again. I don't know what the situation is with it. I'm beginning to think I need to upgrade to some... Oh, not like I have the money, but I want to upgrade to some really good cameras. So I got 2 of them. They're both giving me frame rate issues. At least I see it. I don't know if you folks can see it with your special eyes. Music is good. Good. A lot of haters today. I expect it, though. At this point, I expect it. You know, as a trans person, as a queer person, I am completely... And yeah, like you said, Autumn, I'm much stronger. Because I lived. No, I did want to get back to the lifting talk, because lifting is fun to talk about. But the situation is, maybe a few years ago I would have been a little bit more, and I've lashed out a couple of times at them, admittedly, but I'm trying my absolute damnedest to I'm trying my absolute damnedest to be as calm and collected as I can possibly be. I don't want to be the person that flies off into a rage at the trolls and things like that. I've been there. I've done that once. There was a video I was going to upload to my channel where I kind of went off at the very trans women in sports discussion that keeps getting thrown into my chat that I don't want to have. And yeah, my pronouns are she, her. Thank you, Rena. You have to start practicing your baking since you're going to bake the cut cake for your wedding. Ooh, that sounds good. How do you stay focused on what you want? In which regard, Detroit? That's a loaded question. In what regard? Yeah, true, just chatting is a magnet for trolls. It also seems to be a magnet for followers, though. Can I just throw that out there? We've gotten a ton of followers. Ton of folks who actually follow and chat, too, which is really cool. We've met a bunch of awesome new people here in just chatting. And... Oh yeah, we have the pronouns extension as well. I should actually add Yeah, you probably did find me in Stardew. I was in Stardew for a good bit. And I am very tempted to go back there soonish. Because I would like to replay Stardew. It's been a while. I need to go full-blown lesbian mode for, like, the blonde one, Haley. Who you want to be, because there always seems to be haters or some kind of obstacle. You just got to learn to focus on you, I suppose. You just got to learn to really... This is the problem, you know. You've got to really learn to focus intently on yourself. And pursue everything that you want to pursue.
Your recommendation.
Tatted Heart, thank you for the host, mate. Gotta get the pronoun extension, you gotta. You formed a habit of searching for just chatting streams with the LGBTQIA plus tag, specifically because they're usually lovely places full of decent people. That's what I've noticed. Lots of really cool queer people on Twitch. We love it. Haters make you crazy, it's understandable. But yeah, like with regards to trying to progress, trying to move forward, trying to get to where you want to go, the big thing that I've noticed, the big thing that I've begun to understand is that I can't let there's a lot of stuff that will crop up in your life that will make you think, is it worth it to keep pushing? And you just have to go as far past that self-doubt as you possibly can. Scottish government exempt criticism, transgender identity hate crime law backlash. Scottish government withdraws amendment to exempt criticism of transgender identity from hate crime law after backlash. Has pulled an amendment that sought to exempt criticism of transgender identity from hate laws. The country's Justice Minister, Humza Yousaf, announced via Twitter Monday, 1st February, that he had pulled a planned amendment to the proposed Hate Crime and Public Order Bill, which seeks to modernise and consolidate hate crimes in Scotland. Yousaf apologised for any hurt caused by the Freedom of Expression Amendment put forward in his name last week, which sought to assert that behavioural material is not to be taken to be threatening or abusive solely on the basis that it involves discussion or criticism of matters relating to transgender identity. When Pink News reported it on the amendment last week, the Justice Minister claimed that critics had misunderstood it and insisted it would not create a carte blanche exemption to spout hate. Interesting. Scottish Government Minister Humza Yousaf, sorry for any hurt caused. I've spoken to opposition members and we have all agreed to move our amendments in relation to the freedom of expression hate crime. By not moving, we'll hopefully achieve consensus on a broad FOE clause for Stage 3 that covers all characteristics so no group feels targeted. We want to ensure freedom of speech, including the freedom to disagree robustly with any policy, is protected. We also agree that this is not mutually exclusive to protecting the rights of people to be free from hatred. I apologize for any hurt caused. Was not my intention. I see. Interesting. Yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing? It's very tricky, that one. We all want people to be happy, and given there is a strong acceptance of the idea that no one should behave in a way that causes broad offense or harm, then why would it be appropriate for anyone to attack someone in a toilet for doing their makeup or taking a shit? Exactly, I think. Like, this is the issue with, the free speech thing. It's like, how far do you take free speech? Instituting protections for transgender people, for example. Yes, you should have the right to criticize that, but most of the time the criticisms are not exactly founded in logic and reason. Actual logic and reason. Fucking bug in my room, dude. We all want people to be happy. Oh, yeah. No one should behave in a way that causes broad offense or harm. Like I said, I hate this idea that the unfortunate reality of the situation is we're stuck at an impasse with free speech. We're stuck at a crucial point where we want free speech because free speech is valuable in a democratic society. Being able to criticize the government, which is what free speech actually means, not just criticizing it, not just going on and screaming and ranting and raving about anyone, but being able to criticize the government on policies is free speech. But then you can make the arguments like, how far can you take that? If you start criticizing a group of people because there is legislation regarding that group of people, are you then criticizing the government, or are you criticizing that group of people? And what do you do in that circumstance on a legislation level? The fine line between censorship and free speech, it really is. which is why I want to be really cautious with how I refer to free speech. My frame rate is fucking annoying the hell out of me, dude. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm looking at my camera. I can see it.
Welcome to the Rogue
Doesn't
Room.
look right. Industrial gloves. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Do you think it's transphobic the way people use the word transgender? Like when people say a transgender, or like Biden hires transgender to government post. It's kind of. Yeah, it's dehumanizing. I think it is transphobic in that way. Referring to a trans person, you can refer to a trans person in a more polite way. But it is it is kind of weird that you know, the news articles were released when he, who was it, the who was it that got elected? Not the trans military ban. Trans Biden nominee. Let me have a look here. Dr. Rachel Levine. That's it. It was rather amusing, the news stories that. Welcome back, Feast on Metal. Welcome back. Yeah, what was I saying? She was placed in the role, and the news articles came out were like, Joe Biden assigns transgender person to assistant health secretary. It's like, oh, does she have a name? They're like, assigns transgender woman. Like, oh, I feel really happy for transgender woman to get that role. Good for her, whatever her name is. Yeah, their name would be a good start. There's no reason to not refer to them by name. Honestly, there's scarcely any reason to refer to them by the fact that they're trans, other than representation, of course. You know, if you refer to somebody by the fact that they are trans... Hang on, I just want to fix my lighting really quickly. It's not really working. My lights don't look good enough. I don't know what's going on. They look terrible. Generic trans woman has been elected to a government role. What's this one? Elliot Page, Oscar nominated. Speaks out about being transgender. There we go. Oh, that's what they're talking about from before. Generic trans woman. We talk to genitalia, not people. It's always funny when people come in. Oh, hang on. This was updated December 4th. Yeah, we already knew about Elliot Page. Very, very happy for him, by the way. You'd rather they say transgender person or trans woman, or yeah, their name, exactly. Good guide on language. Oh, I see. Oh, alright, hang on. Yeah, I scrolled down and here we go. Okay, let's go through this. Alright. Good time zone, Dell. How you doing? Have a look at this. For a more extensive reference guide on covering transgender issues, please visit glad.org/reference/transgender. For additional resources, visit that. Do describe people who transition as transgender. Use transgender as an adjective. Elliot Page is a transgender person. Don't use transgender as a noun. Elliot Page is a transgender. Don't use transgendered. I had to get told this by a friend of mine, by Mrs. L. I didn't know when I was originally, you know, sort of figuring everything out. Transgender never needs an extraneous ed at the end. Don't use transsexual or transvestite. Do describe Elliot Page as a non-binary transgender person. Both transgender and non-binary are umbrella terms that describe many different types of experiences. In Page's case, it can be used like this. Elliot Page describes themselves as transgender and non-binary, meaning that their gender identity is neither man nor woman. You're giving your flat a thorough cleaning, so clearly you're happier today than you've been in a while. I'm glad to hear that, Del. I'm glad to hear that. I need to do a bit of a clean. I need to vacuum and stuff. On the plus side, though, I've been definitely keeping on top of housework, which is a good sign of positive mental health. Sad on the one hand, he and his wife are divorcing, but at the same time, the relationship no longer suits their labels and orientations. Wife's a lesbian, is now divorcing a man. Understandable, but I don't believe we know the specific reason they split up. It could be not related. Yeah, it's possible. Like you said, even though Elliot filed, it is entirely possible that I'm losing my train of thought. I honestly can't even recall what I was going to say. Yeah, they're getting divorced. It's entirely possible that we don't know the reason that they're getting divorced, and it could be that it's not related to their sexuality. As far as I know, they are going to stay good friends, from what we've been told. It's not healthy to speculate on why someone's personal relationship ended. We should offer these people the privacy that they deserve. And hello, Lucius the Killer. How you doing, Detroit? There you go, and some hydration while we're at it. And a posture check, which we're not standing anymore, so we have to do a proper posture check. I'm wearing a Dark Souls shirt, by the way. It's Black Knight. For anyone curious about that, marriage is a bad idea. I agree. I don't like that. I don't like the institution of marriage. I think it's a bit shit. But yeah, I don't think we should speculate on a person's relationship status, their marriage. It's kind of like streamers, right? You've got streamers like Amaranth and who's another good example? Like Pink Sparkles. Yeah, flipped you off. Who else? You know, there's a number of attractive female streamers on the platform, and a huge part of the discourse surrounding them is their relationship status, of course. And meanwhile, they're just trying to be entertainers. They're just trying to, hey, Tatted, how you doing, dude? They're just trying to be entertaining an audience, and because of the nature of their content, for example, because of the fact that they do, particularly they wear suggestive clothing and all that kind of stuff. Whatever, I don't care. People like to speculate. Are they married? Have they got a boyfriend? Have they got a girlfriend? Any of these things. As far as I know, I don't know. And it's really bizarre. It's really weird, especially if you hear that a celebrity is breaking up with their fucking bugs in my room. Especially if you hear that a celebrity is breaking up with their partner, who, by the way, in this circumstance, hi Miserabella, welcome back in. In this particular circumstance, Elliot Page is the celebrity, but I can't recall what the ex-partner's name was. Regardless, she was a much more private person and has asked that her personal life be respected and all of that kind of stuff. Like, she doesn't want to be in the spotlight. So in that regard, you've got two people, one of whom is inevitably, especially in light of an incredibly public coming out like this, you got one person who's going to have all the spotlight on them, and the other person is going to want to have none, but because of the association, naturally they're going to be getting harassed by paparazzi in some way, shape or form. And the incessant prodding of social media also wants to know every finer detail. It's really disturbing how obsessed we get with these things, and it's a ridiculous, unhealthy extension of the whole parasocial relationship thing. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the concept of the parasocial relationship, say you're watching me, your favorite streamer, and you develop a close personal connection with me that's one-sided. You're really overjoyed that I read your messages and things like that. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, well, it's not a spectrum. On the other end of the exchange, I'm a streamer entertaining an audience of who knows how many people. I do not have that. Like, someone could develop a crush on me, for example, and become obsessed with me and want to know every detail about me. Meanwhile, they're just a name on a screen that says things occasionally. Maybe they sub or something. I don't know. But we can't be everyone's best friend. And I think on a much, much larger scale, of course you've seen this. I guarantee you've got an auntie or an uncle or maybe your mother or a sibling or a friend who gets absolutely fanatically obsessed with somebody, and they have to know every finer detail about that person. Some celebrity, typically. Did I tell you I did tell you guys the story, but I'll reiterate it again. My sister had a couple that she would hang out with routinely, and one time they were over at my mother's place, where both me and my sister were living at the time, and this couple, the boy, it was a boyfriend-girlfriend couple, the boy of the two had a particular, and for some reason felt it was necessary to bring this into conversation, had a particular affinity for the arse of Alexis, Texas. He could not resist bringing it up in conversation, and I cannot fathom why. And this was not a one-off occasion thing. This was not a bit he was doing. He was quite infatuated with Alexis Texas's buttocks. And yeah, it was a really weird... That's a porn star, by the way. And yeah, like the next time I saw him, there was a point where eventually they broke up, as far as I know. Don't know why you would love plastic like that. True. But like there's a whole bunch of there's so many people out there who are exactly like that, and I think especially with regards to Elliot Page being trans, them being trans makes it even more complicated, because now they are intrinsically a part of, well, I mean, they were already part of the queer community, realistically speaking, but you know, now there's invariably going to be people in the queer community who are obsessed with people like Elliot Page. I mean, I feel a mild bit of obsession for Philosophy Tube and ContraPoints. I'm not outright obsessed, need to know every finer detail. Like, I'm not gonna I mean, obviously I already know Philosophy Tube's dead name. But for example, there was a discussion in a video by Lily Simpson today about how, I think it was Xander Hall, and I think there's another video by someone else that goes into further detail about this. But there was a video about Xander Hall looking up the dead name of Blair White, and you know, inevitably there's going to be people who will do that kind of thing too. It's like, you're not entitled to every piece of information about a person, no matter how much of a celebrity they are. No matter how well known they are, you're not entitled to know every single little detail about them. And yeah, like with someone the size of Elliot Page, with the level of fame and platform they have, they're going to have a number of followers who are going to try to find out every single thing. Sorry about it, Gingerbeard Man. I'll come back to that in a sec. I've been trying to get this thought off my head. Let me see. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people in the queer community or in any other community, especially with regards to bigger personalities, tons of followers, who feel like it's their entitlement to that information. In this circumstance, the divorce of Elliot Page and something Porter, I can't remember what her name is. Can't remember what her full name is. But they're breaking up, that's their business, and people need to learn to respect that. There's a lot of people out there who are obscenely obsessed with folks who happen to be famous, and it's really, really unsettling. So, let's wrap that one there. How okay or not okay is Rocky Horror with the trans stuff? I haven't watched it in a while, honestly. Based on the opinions of numerous trans people I have seen referencing it, not great. It's been a long time since I watched it, and I was heavily repressing my trans identity when I did watch it, so I'm not entirely familiar, and I didn't really catch on to a lot of things. So now that I'm a little bit more informed on the subject, I might go back and rewatch it to see if I can understand, maybe like unpack exactly what's wrong with it. But for example, I distinctly remember, it's okay to say the dead name only in reference to past videos. Even then, I don't think so. Even then, I mean, well, with Philosophy Tube, like you mentioned, I think, like we mentioned, unless you were referring specifically to Philosophy Tube, because I think she mentioned that in her coming out video. It felt more like a character, and I don't have that attachment. I don't have that ability to dissociate myself from my older content, because that was still, like, as much as I like to think back in the past, I played a character. I still have this thing about my old content, which is why I deleted it all off my YouTube channel. I still have this idea that even though it was, and it felt like I was playing a character and I was learning every little in and out of masculinity that I could grasp onto to try to pass as a man as well as possible during that time frame. You know, I was very, very method actor in that role. I don't talk about this often. I mean, I talk about that often. I don't talk about this part of it often, though. Back when I was, you know, streaming as him and all of that, I've noticed something quite distinct between now and back when I was streaming before. Or back just when I was him before is another point to make. Or acting as him before. I would get to the end of my day, no matter what it was, and be completely, absolutely exhausted in every feasible fashion. I would have to try so hard to build up the energy. Do you guys know spoon theory? I'm assuming some of you are probably familiar with it. I'm going to use a different analogy to spoon theory though, because whether we like it or not, I am intimately familiar with gaming. And let's do a little gaming twist on spoon theory. I'm a mobile game. And in many, many mobile games, especially free ones, there's an energy system. And the way the energy system works is you can commit a certain number of actions within the game before the end of the day until your energy bar runs out and you need to let it recharge until tomorrow. And if you miss out on any of the tasks that you couldn't do, tough shit, you've got no energy. Of course, you could pay to buy more. That's usually how these systems work. And I specifically dealt with spoon theory related exhaustion. That's basically what spoon theory is. You wake up in the morning and you got 12 spoons, and getting out of bed might one day take 1 spoon, another day it might take 3. You know, certain tasks take up a lot of those spoons of energy. And I don't know if it's necessarily specifically for autistic people. I think it refers to a bunch of different neurodivergent issues. But what was I going to say? It's like that was what I went through intently back when I was masquerading as masculine. I had such an intense exhaustion problem where after doing a bit of the socializing, maybe, or even if I just did a stream that day, you know, I really often found once I had reached a certain number of things to do in a day, there was nothing left of me. I was completely depleted. And I think a significant portion of that was the fact that I had the mask on the entire time. And I'd get to the end and there'd just be nothing left of me. And not even the energy needed to contemplate my identity. It took a ton of energy, honestly, to have that revelation in the first place, to come out. Pretending is exhausting indeed. You stream and can't do nothing else that day, yeah. It's really, really tiring at times. So let's go back to the transvestite thing briefly. Oh, actually, let's keep on this topic for a bit and then we'll do the transvestite thing. Sweet transvestite. I do remember some of the music. So yeah, there's that concept around the spoon theory, like the mobile game theory that I referenced. And I do think the fact that I am autistic, I was going to say was autistic, I'm still autistic, bitch, that didn't go anywhere. No one speaks about it. Yeah, it's not a very I think it is a kind of well-known theory among autistic people, but there's a lot of people who don't understand a lot of things about autism. So the general gist, to sum up, say you've got 12 spoons per day, a certain task might take 3 spoons one day, might take 7 another day. And if you run out of spoons, you're done. You know, you're not necessarily going to go to sleep. You know, there were many days where I would just I'd go to work, go to the gym, come home, maybe grab something really no effort required to eat, and I could just sit there and just marinate in exhaustion. I had nothing left. What's up, Jacinta? How you doing? You know, I was scrolling through old photos before and I found an age-old photo of us. Age-old photo of us. Had Snapchat filter on where it looked like I had winged eyeliner. And I appreciate that now looking back. You eat hot sauce with the spoon. Now that's spoon theory. So yeah. It's a trying to think. Now I feel like all my spoons are gone. You want to see? Okay, I can bring it up. I actually posted it on Twitter for all of half a second in response to someone who was doing like a quote tweet challenge. And I was just like, I didn't ask your permission to post that photo, so I took it down immediately. I think I'm okay to show you this page without any of my personal details on it. Okay, this is just like from my Google Drive. There's us. I have a habit of showing myself pre-transition. Oh no, you can see my nipple through a white shirt. I'm gonna get banned on Twitch. I look good with winged eyeliner. I went a bit too heavy tonight though. I went too heavy on the underside of it. Doesn't look too bad, but it's like a bit much. Alright. Stream marker. I'm gonna try to stay on top of that. I'm gonna need to refill my water soon. And my coffee's gone. My vanilla latte is gone. Oh my god. Can't believe that. Hydrate. Something wholesome to make you all smile. And posture check. Oh my god. Let's have a look. What have we here?
It's called if you turn around this way.
Oh, I thought I got rid of those rules.
We were just kids when we fell
Aww.
in love, not knowing what.
But honestly, fuck Ed Sheeran though. I don't want to listen to him. That's very cute, but fuck Ed Sheeran. I thought I got rid of those rules. Sorry if you're English, you're Italian, you want to participate, but you are doing very well, Alice. You're doing very well with your language. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, because I got rid of those rules. I got rid of that. I've changed the rule set now so that it should say, please abide by these rules, be kind to yourselves and each other, don't be a reactionary, and use common sense. Which I think it sums up the rules a lot more than having a huge list of bullshit that no one's going to read through. So, be kind to yourselves and each other, friendos. Here we go. Let me fix this up so that it actually says that in the timer one. Because that's not the rules anymore. I can't even find the rules one. There it is. Let me edit that. Perfect. Okay. Must like more cleaning needs doing. Get that cleaning done, Del. Get it done. So you got a clean and shiny goblin cave. As Bill and Ted say, be excellent to each other. Maybe that's what I should set it to. Be excellent to each other. Maybe I need to watch that movie though before I make that a rule thing. I've never seen Bill and Ted. I'm a heathen. I've never seen most classic movies. Well, you know, that's a classic movie, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, yes, good judgment and common sense is good. I've been avoiding your messages, honestly, because you're, been saying some shit that's questionable, so I've just sort of glanced over your name every time now. So, if you behave yourself, I might start actually reading them. The photographer asked to get a picture of just me. He took the pic, asked me to turn for another pose, but he was down on one knee. So adorable. I hate the institution of marriage, but that's adorable. We stand. Hello, Ziff. How you doing? A lot of classics you never saw. It's like that for games as well. I feel like I'm not a good gamer because I never played Metal Gear Solid or Tomb Raider. Or fuck knows what else. You know? It's like my gaming experience is limited to largely Dark Souls. As someone who's been playing games since like Prince of Persia on MS-DOS, for the record. Bill and Ted is great, but it is a product of the time, and there's a couple of... Oh, that's not on. None in the new one, yeah. Kind of feel like I should watch it anyway, just for the sake of knowing. You get his insurance without it, we wouldn't get the government involved. That's understandable. That's understandable. I think there is a lot of sentiment to the idea of marriage and weddings and things like that. But yeah, I hate the institution of it. You're gonna hit the hay feast? Have a good one. Thank you so kindly for being here tonight. Love your face. Snowed a bit. What's this one? Oh, fuck. Oh shit. Where's that? Is that... What's that license plate? Just a bit. I want to go to the snow. I know, you know, if we let climate change continue on its way for a while, I'll eventually see snow in Australia, I'm sure. But for right now, you know, I'd just like to go somewhere where it snows routinely. Getting very goth tonight. Thank you. I picked this out for the outfit, and I was just like, I need to do the rest of the outfit to suit now. I can't just go with the pinafore and put a shirt on underneath it. I had to go the whole 9 yards, which is, you know, what I've got. Snowed a foot in New England on Monday. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, you can DM me, Detroit, yeah. I've got Thus Spoke Zarathustra up here on Wikipedia, which we were reading about last night. We were reading about Nietzsche last night. Now I gotta get a copy of this fucking book, dude. I'm gonna have to read this. I'm gonna have to read Thus Spoke Zarathustra, a book for all and none, and also translated as Thus Spake Zarathustra. And I want to get a copy of the Communist Manifesto. What else should I get? What are some other books that I should get? I've got a bunch on my Amazon wish list, honestly. That have been recommended to me. Also another Logitech camera. Let me have a look here. What's on my wish list with books? I should have made separate lists, because I've got a whole bunch of like gamer tech stuff in here, and then it goes to like backdrops and yeah, books, apparel. I should have made multiple lists. I'm an idiot. How does it snow feet? It's meant to snow frozen water. Oh, you got 'em. The Communist Manifesto. War and Peace. I want to read War and Peace. Fahrenheit 451. Brave New World 1984. I want to get a copy of Capital. The H.P. Lovecraft collection, despite the fact that he was a massive flagrant racist. Again, product of his time. Product of his time and circumstances. We did speak, or I did speak, to an extent about... I did speak about, and this is my latest video on my YouTube channel as well. We spoke about classism and the idea of creating an enemy that the uneducated poor will latch onto. And I think H.P. Lovecraft was a victim of that kind of thing. He was intelligent enough to write fiction, but he was impoverished and uneducated in other ways, which led to racist viewpoints. Hello, Zomrife, how you doing? The reason we get a runny nose after crying is because leftover fluid wasn't shed through tears, gets drained out through the nose, through the lacrimal point, that weird mysterious hole in your lower eyelid. Minecraft, did you hear Minecraft? Wait, did I mention Minecraft? I may well have. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. What I really need to do, I'm kind of inspired by this idea. Friend Ross named his cat Minecraft. Kind of inspired by this idea. I was watching Lexi. How do you spell her fucking... I'm gonna look her up on Twitter, because I follow her on Twitter. Lexi Exiliax. This person. I stopped by one of her streams a little while back. This person here. And she was playing Minecraft with someone. There we go. He was playing Minecraft with a friend, and they were doing a whole philosophy discussion while playing Minecraft. And I'm like, it works so well. I think it's just the tranquil atmosphere of Minecraft works perfectly for discussing philosophy. So maybe that's a thing we could do. But first, I need to... The issue, of course, is that I am not completely educated on philosophy. I only know bits and pieces. I haven't read all of the theory, and I would like to read a ton more. Do I watch Jay Aubrey? I've heard of Jay Aubrey. I have not watched The Right Opinion. Do a GRWM. What's a GRWM? Can you explain the reason why I get a runny nose when I'm wearing makeup? No, NBSB. Oh, Get Ready With Me stream. I've thought about it. I get a bit self-conscious about appearing on stream without makeup, though. Because though I know the laser facial hair removal, for example, is doing wonders for the record. Absolute miracles. I suspect... sometime mid-next year, perhaps, I may not even need to wear concealer anymore. How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? No, Jacinta, you've done it wrong. The first letter of every word needs to be capitalized. To really capture the Jaden Smith aesthetic. The first letter of every word has to be capitalized. Crucial. It is it's a perfect vibe mood, it is. Minecraft is good. I think that the problem, though, and somebody mentioned this a little while back, where they were playing I don't think they were playing Minecraft. They were playing something else, or maybe they were. But they were playing a chill game. They were playing a kind of chill game. Maybe it was Animal Crossing or something. And it had become the primary focus of their content, right? This person had been streaming for months on end, playing the same game. And like I said, might have been Minecraft, might have been Animal Crossing, might have been something else that was in that space of chill game. It definitely wasn't Stardew, because they did mention that Stardew was a game they wanted to play in the not too distant future. But this is very relatable to me, is they announced on their Twitter, I'm going to have to give up playing this game for a bit because I'm completely burnt out on it. And this is what I did with Minecraft. I started streaming my streaming career with Minecraft. I've spent a ton of time on it. Like, if we look at my Twitch track page right now, I think it's over 1,000 hours on this channel that I've spent playing Minecraft. And it got to a point where it most decidedly felt like I was playing the game as almost a job, because I was getting good numbers streaming Minecraft. And people would routinely come back to streams. Yeah, it's got total airtime 860 hours. That's just playing on stream. I've played the game a metric fuck ton off stream. Also, because I got follow botted playing Minecraft, my followers per hour count on Twitch Tracker is totally fucked. It says 14.1 per hour. I got hit with an 11,000 follower bot attack. Anyway, Abby, please date me, uwu. We're gonna do drinks soon, aren't we? We gotta do drinks soon. And so yeah, this person spoke about the idea of burnout. They spoke about the concept that after playing, you get into a game, you get really interested in the game. And that was Minecraft for me when it first sort of hit, way back in 2010 when I first started playing it. I got really enamored by the game. And it has been a consistent, in and out game for the past decade. I will come back to it, and then I'll take a break from it, and I'll come back to it. And when I came back to it in 2018, when I started streaming, it very quickly became an establishment, a foundation here of the channel. And over time, I began to realize the best performing game that I would play was Minecraft. And so at a certain point, I gave up every single other game that I would play. How do you get your hair super thick? I imagine it might have something to do with this hair, skin, and nails shit that I'm taking. I don't know. I did wash my hair today, though, so that might be it. Whiskey? Maybe. I like rosé and Moscato. I'm a basic bitch. Hey, how are you? But yeah, I began to realize, I started doing hardcore 100% runs on Minecraft for a good while there, and I got quite a few really good runs at it, really good worlds at it. And it reached a point where I got to the very tail end of one of these challenges, and I was taking it pretty chill. I wasn't trying to get the whole game done ASAP, like speedrun stats kind of thing. Speedrun strats, sorry, kind of thing. I was mainly trying to focus explicitly on just getting the 100% in my own time. And after a while, I reached the end. You gotta start your day now, Detroit. Have a good one. Have a very good one. Thank you so kindly for being here tonight. After I had a failed attempt at the hardcore challenge, and I may have come back to Minecraft after the fact. Hey, Riot Girl Callie, how you doing? I may have come back to Minecraft after the fact, but there was a good lengthy period there where that specific moment of failing at the challenge effectively and being unable to complete the last bit of it and all of that, I just had to get away from that game and completely distance myself from it for a while, which negatively impacted my channel in a number of ways. But of course, then back in August, I took a huge break and came back as a girl, so I dare say that might have had a bigger impact on my channel. Regardless, I think there are some people who get enamored by the idea of being in a particular stream and only having that streamer playing that same game over and over again. And as a result, it stands to reason, this is why some people, this is why one of the major points of advice on Twitch is or rather a harmful regular piece of advice on Twitch is, stick with one game until you've made it, so to speak, and then you can start to play variety. which I think, yeah, it's not really the best way to go about it. But unfortunately, it's an element of the system here on Twitch. It's like the best way to grow is to network within the community of a particular game, because it's very easy to find other people like you because you're playing the same game. You can just raid them, hang out in their streams. You know, you guys start forming a community around that one game. But of course, if you reach a point where you just absolutely exhaust yourself with the thing, this is why I can't understand how people like Tyler One. Reputation Games, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. Well, I can't understand folks like Tyler One who've been playing League of Legends forever. For literal ever. It's like, don't you get... Especially competitive games. I don't understand how people can get so enamored by competitive games to the point where they stay in them for years on end. I don't understand. I cannot fathom it. My mind doesn't work that way. I can't stay with a certain game forever. And I think Minecraft is the only one that I have been able to, aside from Dark Souls, which holds a darling place in my heart. What kind of music do I like? Synthwave, largely. Synthwave and lo-fi at the moment. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to get that off my chest. You're talking about the group rage chat, you had it too on Twitch. No, yeah, back when I was doing regular Minecraft, there was a situation, and this was going around for a while. It might still be going around, but there were bots that were attacking channels and just constantly spamming your follow alert. So I had to turn my follows off and all of that, and it reached 11,000 followers. Which luckily there are tools on Twitch, or tools off-site that you can use to get rid of those followers. Something to make you smile. A mother once called into PBS asking if Mr. Rogers can send an autograph to her daughter. She'd been suffering from seizures and was said to have brain surgery. When Mr. Rogers heard about it, he jumped on a plane and flew thousands of miles to see her in the hospital, even bringing his puppets. Mr. Rogers, this world did not deserve him. This world did not deserve him, or Bob Ross. This painful, agonizing planet full of the most detestable creatures in existence. This world did not deserve them. And you know what? You know what's even better about Mr. Rogers? There are shows that are produced by the Mr. Rogers Foundation that are just as good as the stuff he used to put out. There's Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, for example. There's The Dinosaur Train. You know, I've got kids, so I see these shows all the time. In a similar note, can I talk about kids shows? Is that weird to talk about kids shows? Reason he was always announced he was feeding his fish is because he got a letter from a blind girl saying she was concerned they weren't being fed. Aww. So one of the partnered streamers you follow did. He stuck with a specific game, and since he had the most viewership with that purely to push for partner. Yes, I've seen that happen. I've seen partners who average 14 viewers because they stuck with a certain game till they got partner. They pushed for partner, and then they started doing variety, and everyone left because they were only watching for that game or for the partner push. This is why I have no intention of doing a partner push. I have no interest in it. I would rather have you guys be here to be here for me and for the community and because you want to be here. I would rather build up enough of a rapport with all of you that you feel like this is a cozy, comfy place to be. And what can I say? How can I phrase this? Like, if I were to reach partner viewership, which would be a goal for this year, admittedly, I would love to reach partner this year. I feel like I've finally figured out my format, and I think I can continue pushing down this road and actually make it. But I have a lot of work to do before I reach that point. But I want it to be an organic viewership. I don't want... I'm amazed people still do this. It's been demonstrably proven that push for partner doesn't really work, and I think Twitch cottoned onto it because they do manual inspections of your stream, and some of them will send a staff member to join your Discord and all of this kind of thing. Like, they will have people, checking on you before they give you that partner tick. That being said, they've given some really questionable people partner ticks, but that being said, it's like if I reach partner, I would like it to be a symptom of the things I'm already doing. So Twitch partnership is once you've reached... we'll explain Twitch teams in a minute. Used to stream when living up north in Australia, but stopped when you moved back to Perth because you don't actually have a proper PC. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. So Twitch teams, we'll start with Twitch teams. I'll answer your questions. Twitch teams are just, if you click on the T-Sand at the bottom there, it'll take you to a bunch of other streamers there's a page that's listed with like all the other streamers in the Team TSAN, and it effectively just means, you know, we're a part of a certain community that typically you have to apply to be a part of that team. And TSAN, as far as I know, is a pretty big team. There are some teams that are specifically designed around being an esports team. Like, you know, you'll see certain Twitch teams where it's only got like 6 members because they all play the one game as a group routinely. Or there'll be, you know, just a small cluster of friends. And the only way you can have the capacity to make a team is if you are Twitch partnered. Which would be another thing. It's like I've got a few streamers in my community that I would, you know, if I made a Twitch team, I'd invite them to it. That's effectively what that means. But Twitch partner is once you reach 75 viewer average minimum for the record. Minimum makes you eligible to apply for partnership. Then Twitch still has to effectively analyze your channel and say you're acceptable and give you the opportunity to have that partner tick. And what that basically means is Twitch has, you know, observed you and said, yes, you are a good representative for the platform. I believe certain partners can negotiate higher payouts from subscriptions and bits and things like that, or maybe it's just subscriptions. But generally speaking, Twitch partner just means Twitch says you're good enough to be a representative, essentially a representative of the platform. Which is why it's always such a big drama when a Twitch partner does something that is inherently, you know, breaking TOS or whatever. It's just like, Twitch, you decided this person was good enough to be a partner and look at how they're treating your platform, sort of deal. So only partners can make a Twitch team. I am not eligible for that yet. So about the kids shows thing, there's a really good kids show called Bluey here in Australia, and I think it's gone international as well. And it's just an incredibly wholesome family show about a family. You got 2 kids and the parents, and then they, you know, do the thing that's really great about it is that like everything that happens in this show feels like stuff that happens in real life with families. Feels like actual little family adventures. It's not some super fantastical kind of thing. Everything feels really real in a wholesome, child-friendly way, and there are a bunch of like moral messages to be gleaned from it. But it's just incredibly well written, incredibly well animated, really, really wholesome. I love it. Whenever my kids watch it, it's just like, this is the best shit, dude. Yeah, you don't have kids, but you've heard so much buzz about this show. I was thinking like maybe we should watch an episode of it. Spotted in a men's bathroom. That is a woman, or at least a man wearing a skirt, changing a baby. Oh my goodness. Why is it $1 to use the changing table? So the show is called Bluey. I'll show you. Bluey. This is it. This is the show. Bluey Healer. Well, it's just Bluey. And it's so fucking good. It's hard to explain. It's just so good. It's good for the kids. It's good for the parents, honestly. Like I've learned stuff from watching this show. The way they represent the family dynamic. Also, it's really bizarre to refer to a children's show as so fucking good, but it is. You know, it's oh yeah, I'd prefer not to state where I'm from. I mean, I do say it occasionally, but generally speaking, I am. It's very, very good. Like it's like if Peppa Pig, because you've got the same kind of family dynamic. You've got a mother and a father and 2 children. In this case, both the children are girls. It's like Peppa Pig if Peppa Pig was written by people that actually have had families. You know, Peppa Pig is annoying as a show. I mean, it has its moments, but Peppa Pig is an irritating kind of. It's almost on the level of Caillou, you know. You're wearing a bananas in pajamas shirt. There you go. Peppa Pig really is awful. It's atrocious. However, conversely, another good kids show, we'll put this out there, is by the same studio, Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. This is a really good one. Oh my god, that is terrifying. What the fuck? Good lord. Oh no! But Christ. That being said, Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom is the same studio, same voice actors and everything, but it's such a demonstrably better show than Peppa Pig ever was. I think it's like the baby fantasy sort of situation. Like it's not baby, but like they take the fantasy aesthetic and put it in a kids show effectively. Elves and fairies. There's dragons occasionally. It's just like fun little adventures. Charlie and Lola are still regularly on syndication here in where I am. Thank you for the hydration. Welcome back, Calgar. Peppa Pig is funny because it's you. I mean, true. It has its moments, like I said. Charlie and Lola holds up, yeah. Arthur's always good for a giggle, although I am rather disappointed now. As far as I know, I think somebody mentioned this. Yeah, he used to be the voice of... Steven Crowder used to be the voice of the brain in Arthur, which fucking sucks. Arthur, which is, by the way, still going, this show. They don't just syndicate it, it's been going for 25 fucking seasons. Yeah, that was him originally in... Is he still... He's not still doing it, surely. No, okay, so he was for seasons 5 and 6. Brain has gone through a number of different voice actors, it seems. Remember a show? I am into fitness, Ren, very much so. We started the stream out talking about fitness, and then we veered heavily off track, and we never even got into the rest of the discussion that I was going to talk about. Question about fitness? Shoot, I'm always happy to talk about fitness. I love talking about fitness. Stranger Things, the Upside Down show. I did see seasons 1 and 2 of that. I think I got into season 3 but stopped halfway. In and out, about to spend big money on tech stuff. Ooh, exciting. I want to get a new camera. I want to get the Logitech Brio. That looks good. Looks like it's got 60 FPS and 4K on it. Not that I need 4K, but... expensive fucking camera. At the very least, yeah, Steven Crowder for seasons 5 and 6 was the brain on Arthur. Steven fucking Crowder. Stupid cunt. The way these conversations bounce suits the way your brain works. It gets a bit ADHD in here sometimes, honestly. Which I'm okay with. I'm cool with that. It does make it hard to make YouTube highlights, though, sometimes. That's why I try to sometimes go off on a bit of a tangent for a few minutes, because I can turn that into a video. But I do like the whole, let's just jump from topic to topic and just ramble a bit. It's good fun. The way, what about Yo Gabba Gabba? Yo Gabba Gabba is good. It's trippy, it's weird, but it's good. It's very well done. Then people using VR games and Switch-based fitness is a good way to get into exercise. Absolutely, yes, of course. I'm of the belief that, you know, as like Schwarzenegger says. What's his exact wording on this? Schwarzenegger has this methodology, or has this ideology of it doesn't matter exactly what you do, doesn't matter if you're doing, regrettably, CrossFit. It doesn't matter if you're going just to do cardio or just to do calisthenics or just to do weights or whatever. Doesn't matter. Just get into the gym. Or, well, you don't have to get into the gym, but just get into fitness. Just get into a regular routine where you are continually, every day, doing at least half an hour of exercise. Give yourself a rest day, though. This is the thing that some people overlook. You know, generally the advice is give yourself half an hour of exercise every day. However, your exercise might not be like mine. Where I actually go to break a sweat and I go to have intense exercise sessions. But just, you know, I think even on the day break that you have, it can be good to have a half-hour walk around the neighborhood or something like that. So I tend to subscribe to the same mindset that Arnold Schwarzenegger has, is like, just get working out. Just start today. Don't put it off. Don't distract yourself. Don't like plan to do it later on. If you have an opportunity to work out, like doing VR games or Switch or whatever it is, just do it. Just like get started on it. well worth it, and it will help you immensely, both physically and emotionally and mentally and all of that. Basically, what? Pigskin.
Welcome
Oh,
to the Rogue
no,
Room.
I do not. I do not. Mr. Mojo82, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us while I very quickly go to Streamlabs and change the color of the font on that fucking alert
Welcome
so
to
I
the
can
Rogue
read
Room.
it. Stinky Diaper, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Grab a drink of water, because we're drinking water, because we're talking exercise. On a serious note, one of Arnold's best quotes, sleep less. What did he mean by that? What do you mean by sleep less? Switch's Ring Fit wrecked you when you gave it a go. And, like, if you've, how long have I been trans for? About 6-7 months. Well, realistically speaking, I've been trans internally about at least 16 years. But I only came out when I was, like, just after my 31st birthday. Let me go to alert box. Can I change the font color? Excuse me. Because I can't read the cunt. There we go. That's a good color. Save settings. Can I copy that? One person claimed it, said he had a picture, and somehow that picture was never materialized, not even in private. Cameron was an ass. I think that might have been the reason they did that Black Mirror episode, perhaps. That would make the most sense. Going through and changing the font color on all of my alerts because it's hard to fucking read it. You're welcome, by the way. That was a good one. Start today downloading a very good VR workout game for yourself. There you go. There you go. But yeah, in any aspect, I strongly believe we should be working out as not as much as we can, but we should all definitely be trying to get some bit of fitness in. Like a good way to get yourself started. Don't exhaust yourself. Like I'm obsessed with fitness. Like this is why I've been struggling so much with the, reconciling the intent masculinity of my workout regimen with like upper body workouts and lower body workouts and core and weightlifting and all that, like with the femininity that I want to pursue intently. Even though I know, the idea of the feminine body is not specifically relegated to one body type or another. But I do have issues with, looking at myself in the mirror some days and I'm just like, you're too buff. You got to lose a bit of muscle. But you love the necklace, so thank you. It's a cheap piece of garbage off eBay, but it is nice. Quite delightful. I need a better shirt though. Like this whole thing, ensemble, Dark Souls fucking cool as all hell, but it doesn't really suit, does it? He did a speech in one about achievement in which he talks about not having a plan B as that distracts you from plan A, and one of the excuses he's given is, I'm too busy sleeping, to which he says, then sleep less. Hang on. My damn pinafore, it's not a dress by the way, it's a pinafore, which is like an overall dress thing, is folding over under my legs and being uncomfortable. There we go. What was I going to say? Oh, my headband is falling off. Goth cutie fit lady. Get a bit of swollen here. Exercising, you are not friends, but you plan on hanging out with us soon. Well, I hope so. Oh, speaking of, going back to the alcohol consumption thing that we were going to do at some point. Yeah, true. Sleep less is bad advice. It is. And I don't sleep enough. I need to get on that. Oh, excuse me. With the alcohol thing, there is the intention sometime soon with Calgar and I planning on doing a cocktail stream. Jacinta is invited. My friend Jeffrey's invited. My sister is invited. I don't know if there was any plans to have anyone else, but we are most certainly not going to be doing, allegedly, there is the opportunity in Australia right now to have 30-person get-togethers. That's not happening. There's going to be at most 6 of us, I think. At most. Yeah. Anyway. Just counting it off on my fingers. I'm like, me, just need to... Yeah, 5 so far. Not making cocktails for 30 people, no. Recently started a YouTube channel, uploaded your first video. Nice, what's it about? I've been trying to get back into doing my YouTube uploads, but I have a video essay that I really got to get done. I gave myself a deadline of the 14th. and I need to get it released. And the goal is, I just slap my keyboard. Why not? The goal is to get the video essay done by the 14th, and we have a watch stream together. We have a watch party stream. You guys are keen on that?
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
There we go. Now I can read it. The only real Amelie. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and continue to chill out with us. So that's my goal for this month, to get that done, which will hopefully be soon. I have a few plans to make this video look nice. Have a little bit of set dressing, a little bit of quaintness to it. Maybe I'll fiddle with my lights over here and go fucking bang, red. Give us a bit of red. In France, it's the AM. You drink is coffee. I could go another coffee, honestly. I need to. And again, we're 2 hours into stream. I haven't had a break yet. I'm going to try something. Hey, Google, set master bedroom to red. Hey, Google, set master bedroom to blue. Oh, it's so good, dude. Thank my dad for that. Never too early for vodka, true. How many different cocktails? I have no idea. Hey Google, set master bedroom to Shrek. Hey Google, set master bedroom to green. There we go. We got some green. Doesn't look the best. The green, even though I don't have chroma key turned on. Is that green? Yeah, that's the green on that line. I don't know how to make it show the color more vividly. Green washes you out. Yeah. Let's try, let's fiddle with the white balance for a sec. Hang on. Oh, we were almost there. That's kind of it. That's a little bit more green. There you go. You get more of a feel for what it looks like in the green. But now, look, if I change everything back to my, makes the red lip pop, it does. If I do this though, if I go back to this, now my color scheme has changed. I'm not that pink. I prefer the indigo. Like my favorite color is indigo. Like I say it's purple, but what I mean is indigo, which is like deep blue purple. There we go, that's more like it. Make painkillers, Moscow mules, and some sours. There you go. I'm not prepared to be completely fucking plastered. Eggs and fried a bunch of cheese. Nice. I might take a quick 5-minute break. Take a leak, because I need to. And we'll come back. So I'm going to leave you with some music. And I will be back momentarily. Don't go away, folks. I love your faces. Speaking of alcohol, my Be Right Back screen for reasons that escape me is a bar. Here you go. I can't play guitar. Why the I feel like I need to get rid of that fucking... quite a few things have changed around here. Curious exactly what? I'm transgender. There you go. Question answered. Dub yourself. That feels irrelevant now. Like I feel like, you know... I didn't even realize the music was playing. Anyway, that feels irrelevant now. That, is it just me? I don't feel the need to keep a little... Oh, by the way, I used to be this person, but I'm not this person anymore. Now I'm this person. That video feels largely irrelevant given my identity online now is largely this. Everyone knows who I am now. I feel like more people know who I am now than they did when I was that dickhead. Should I private that video, maybe? I feel like I should. What do we think? I don't feel like I need it anymore, you know? Got rid of a bunch of other references to his existence, so why keep that one around? I suppose I made it largely for fans of the Rex. I said his name. I dead usernamed myself. Fans of the old content on the YouTube channel. That's naughty, you shouldn't do that. I'm gonna private it. Fuck it. I'm gonna private it. I'll keep it on there, but it has 367 views on that note. Which means I'm gonna lose some watch time hours inevitably. Just watch, I've got 425 now. I just privated the video. That's going to update a little bit later. And my watch time hours are going to go down. Which sucks. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to delete that message from the chat bot. So, what do we want to discuss? What do we want to talk about? Do we have anything? I mean, I was going to talk more about fitness. If you guys are keen on fitness, I've left my pride ring in the kitchen. I got tea, by the way. For the record, I have tea. I really want to preserve that pride ring because it's got epoxy resin in the lines on the ring, and they've told me to not wash my hands too much with it on or use sanitizer or anything like that. Yeah, we've gone from bean juice to leaf juice. Here we go. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Give me a sec. Don't go anywhere. Look at the guitar. That's my mother's, by the way. How hard is branding? For the record, Google did not turn on the kitchen. It didn't do it. Google didn't turn on the kitchen when I called out. You heard me say it. I know you did. I said, hey Google, turn on the kitchen. Here is cat. Kitty cat. Look at him. Don't you look away from me. I'm trying to show off how adorable you are right now. Yeah, I know. I'm playing with my pussy on stream. But here is the baby. You good? Precious baby. Yeah, I'd like to be able to set up his little blanket thing or get a bed for him. He's got a bed, he never uses it. I'm like, do I buy him another one and just try him with that? I threw out his cat tree. He used to have a cat tree, but it was falling apart. Happy OnlyFans, except it's just smudge videos. For $6.99 a month, you can catch me playing with my pussy for entire minutes at a time. Can I just mention, nothing against sex workers, for the record. Girls, boys, all points in between. If you want to embrace your sexuality and make an OnlyFans, go ahead. Much love to you. But it's super weird when you go from someone who, generally speaking, doesn't even make references to their sexuality in their content or on their Twitter or wherever you know them, and all of a sudden they're out with an OnlyFans, like out of nowhere, and they're like tweeting about the stuff they're doing on their OnlyFans, and they're super into it. And like today, I saw a tweet from their, like they retweeted their OF account, and it was just like, I wish I had a mutual male that I could make content with. I'm just like, yeah, it's like all of a sudden there's so much sexuality. It's like, yeah, be sexual, be out and proud, and make that dosh queen. But it's like, it's super weird. And I'm very pro-sex in general. Like, I'm a very pro-sexual person. As someone who's not, as someone who's got a dead sex drive, I'm very pro-sexy things. There's a sex toy joke in my upcoming video. I don't know if YouTube will let me use the prop. Anyway, as an element of the piece, it's going to be artistic. Don't worry. More of an amateur. I am a professional sex haver. I have yeah, peace. Was a tranquil little baby until he was sick of me. I think the entire time he was like, I don't like this, let me go please. But I was holding him in a compromised position where he couldn't get away. You know the thing that kind of gets me about my mother being largely accepting is she keeps saying stuff that is generally speaking a little bit transphobic. Like the other day when she was here helping me rearrange my room, and she asked if the cat was trans as well because he's got rhinestones on his collar. I'm just like, did you need to say that? You're a slut. You ding dong stop doodling though, so you're gonna just eat cheddar and chill. Now I just want cheese. I'm gonna do a charcuterie board for Valentine's Day. Who's in with me? Do a lonely charcuterie board and wine Valentine's Day stream. Each to remember, you've had to mute a few friends on Insta because you don't want to see them half naked. Understandable. No, this is tea. Drinking tea. About to explain what you thought. Perhaps I should not detail my few experiences in a Twitch stream. Maybe not. Wait, what the hell kind of question is what? Oh, about the cat. Yeah, I know, that's a bit on the nose. And will I get salami? I'll get chorizo. I get chorizo, Twiggy sticks, crackers of varying varieties. I get brie and sharp cheddar. Brie, sharp cheddar. I did hummus before. I might try a different dip. Either way, that was my New Year's, by the way. I did a charcuterie board. You taking yourself out on Valentine's Day, what, like with the hitman, or just like going out somewhere by yourself? Brie and salami are good shit, they are. But yeah, I'm doing the whole lonely Valentine's Day, don't have a Valentine thing, don't need a Valentine. But I will be here on stream, usual time. We're gonna chill out. Viking restaurant, badass. Next time you get a brie, you're gonna enact this idea you had, do it. Fucking do it. You know what I wouldn't mind trying is a brie pizza. Yeah. Don't celebrate it, it's understandable why. Gonna get some peyote and imagine your Valentine. Yeah, I have particular issues with the day in a number of ways. Get a box of mozzarella sticks for dinner because fuck it, why not? Dumplings. Another Hallmark holiday it is. There's a lot of issues with it intrinsically beyond that. There's a lot of institutional issues with Valentine's Day where it greatly, like, if you look at the advertising, mostly just Abby Ty. I usually just go by Abby. Or Abs. No one calls me Abs, which I wouldn't mind because reinforces the idea that my workout routine is worth it. Abs. Maybe I should do a fitness stream one day where I'm in my fitness gear and I could wear a sports bra and just like have the midriff exposed. You gotta head out. Have a good one, Rena. Thank you so kindly for being here. Appreciate your face. Been there a few times and it's amazing. Also can handle gluten-free. Good shit. Abs. More abs. More abs. Buffalo. That's an actual sentence. Aerobics Oz style. I could do it. I could do a stretching class or something. I'm not a qualified fitness trainer by any stretch of the imagination, but I could do something. I could do some kind of workout routine where I teach you folks how to do the working out.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Inky Ruru, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. Grab some tea. Grab yourself a nice bit of leaf water. Which I probably shouldn't be drinking at 11:16 at night, but fuck it. There is caffeine in tea. Not a good thing. And it's English breakfast tea too, so... I could have got green tea. I don't have any green tea. I should get some of that. After pee, but you don't want to get up. Tips to get abs while being fat. Steroids. Or, just get them surgically implanted, like plastic surgery over the fat. Just grab some steroids. That'll do it. I mean, I've seen powerlifter dudes who've got a huge stomach and they got visible abdominal muscles. It's absurd. I can't wrap my head around it. Co-worker just gave you a few dig cut dresses that make your tits pop as fuck. Nice. Nice. What we love to see. Camembert on pizza. You can add it to any Domino's pizza in Australia. I'm going to have to try that at some point. Wait a blanket says no, get out of bed. Go pee for God's sake. Go and piss. Go and urinate. Don't damage your bladder like I've done. My bladder is so fucking weak. I swear to goodness. And if I'm out in public and I need to pee, I do not go to a public restroom unless I have a female friend with me. I am scared of the turfs. I mean, I don't live in Turf Island. 12:16 p.m. Nice, nice. It used to be grammatically correct for every 3 buffalo added. Yeah. Let's have a. I want to read about this. It was such a weird story for those who don't know about buffalo. Buffalo, buffalo, is a grammatically correct sentence in English, often presented as how homonyms and homophones can be used to create complicated linguistic constructs through lexical ambiguity. It has been discussed in literature in various forms since 1967, when it appeared in Dmitri Borgman's Beyond Language Adventures in Word and Thought. Police is similar, yeah. That one's a lot more obvious. This one takes a bit to break apart. But, you know, police the police is a pretty standard one. You can figure that one out. So, the sentence employs 3 distinct meanings of the word buffalo. As a proper noun referring to a specific place named Buffalo, the city of Buffalo, New York being the most notable. As a verb, to buffalo, meaning to bully, harass, or intimidate, or to baffle. And as a noun to refer to the animal bison, often called buffalo in North America, the plural is also buffalo. So, the sentence construction is unpunctuated and uses 3 different readings of the word buffalo in order of their first use. This is so annoying. These are: a city named Buffalo is used as a noun adjunct in the sentence. The noun buffalo, American bison, an animal in the plural, equivalent to buffaloes or buffaloes in order to avoid articles. The verb buffalo meaning to outwit, confuse, deceive, intimidate, or baffle. The sentence is syntactically ambiguous. However, one possible pass making each buffalo with its part of speech as shown above would be as follows. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. When grouped syntactically, this is equivalent to Buffalonian bison intimidate, intimidate, Buffalonian bison. Does that make sense? So, buffaloes from Buffalo. No, wait, I'm reading it wrong now. I can't. Okay, the sentence uses a restrictive clause, so there are no commas, nor is there a word which, as in buffalo, buffalo, which buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. I'm dying. Okay. So, bisons from Buffalo, which bisons from Buffalo. Which bisons from Buffalo harass bisons from Buffalo. Do you get it now? Let me do that again. Okay, so bisons from the location of Buffalo, which harass bisons from the location of Buffalo, also harass bisons from the location of Buffalo. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. I hate this fucking language so fucking much. English is a shit fucking language. Oh, good lord. English, go home, you're drunk. The cycle of a buffalo buffaloing. Hey, Leash Kebab, what's going on? We're getting into some weird syntactic ambiguity right now. Syntactic ambiguity. I don't know why this occurred. English is horror. What's another good example of really bad English? Like, why English is bad. 20 old school reasons why English is a terrible language. We got tea, by the way. The English language cops a lot of flack for being inconsistent, illogical, and generally a bit rubbish. Goatee equals fish. Because GH is a... that's an F sound. And then I think O... Is that how it's... like O can be interpreted as I depending on the word. And then TI when... in other words, I'm trying to think of a good example, has a ch sound or a sh sound. Like Venetian blinds, for example. O as in women. There you go, that's it. And the GH is from something as well. Like, you know, you look at the different... like enough. Enough. Or rough. Yeah, there you go. Why is pineapple on said in English? What? English is your third language and you hate it, but it's the one you speak the most. French isn't much better. Why is pineapple only said in English? Oh, there you go. That's another example. Yeah, they're ananas in most other languages. Maybe it's because banana was already a thing in English, perhaps? But that's no excuse. Chinese translation of pineapple. That's not what I want. But here's an example, you know. Pineapple, British English, pineapple, American English, pineapple, Portuguese, abacaxi, Croatian, ananas, 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 European Spanish, piña. I imagine that says ananas. I imagine most of them do. Portuguese, Latin American Spanish, piña. So you get the idea. So, Germanic languages. Well, if Dutch is a Germanic language, isn't it? But it seems like languages that have, well, I suppose a Latin root, like English and Spanish, tend to go for the piña. Yeah, Botwick is on point. Trans liberation now. Solidarity with our trans brothers, sisters, and all points in between. Our guys, gals, and NB pals in the trans community, the trans umbrella. Of course, we have solidarity because I'm trans. I'm never going to stop dropping that. I'm going to say that in like every 5 minutes so you don't forget. Once I get the pride flag up and I get it, you know, installed, I won't need to say it anymore. There's no excuse for the English language. It's just 3 languages in a trench coat bugging other languages for loose vowel. The feminine and masculine in French makes no sense to me. Yeah, I'd have to... English is the only language I know. I know a bit of, like the tiniest bit of Swedish. Tiniest. Few words that I've largely forgotten. Taxamikit means something. I don't know what. Poika is boy. I know a few words. I know 4 words. Taxamikit? Is it thank you very much? No, that didn't help. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Taxamikit. Willkommen. Should I learn a language? Should I learn another language? Should I just like fucking let's go? Should I finish my Swedish lessons? I'm sure the little Duolingo fuckwit would be really happy with me if I re-downloaded the app and it's like, hey, I'm back. I'm a girl now. It was a few years ago since I you know, spoke to you. I've been familiar with a different version of me. Stupid Duolingo fucking owl cunt. A lot of mugging outside of European languages was done via colonialism. Understandable, yeah. And most of the European was from colonization from the mainland. Speak a bit of Japanese, but you're rusty, although you're happy with not being worse, considering you haven't actively used it or studied it in over 10 years. I'd like to learn Japanese. I fear being perceived as a weeaboo, though. A worry. Excuse me. I fear the perception that I'm a weeb. By the way, how did we feel about standing stream earlier? That could be a thing. That could be a routine thing. Should I buy another camera just to have a standing cam? You reckon? Back when you could travel, you always loved learning basic phrases. Yeah, I mean, that's good. I enjoy that kind of thing. His weeb trash. I have unironically considered buying a replica katana because katanas are fucking cool. But all I've got is Frostmourne from World of Warcraft and Kylo Ren's lightsaber, which is sick as fuck. Let's be honest with ourselves. Star Wars has a lot of questionable qualities to it, but lightsabers are by far one of the coolest things in sci-fi media. English is both Germanic and Latin, which is the problem. You studied linguistics in college and learned that in medieval England, the common folk spoke Germanic English, while the royal and aristocrats spoke aristocrats, not aristocrats, spoke Latin English. And over the years, the two dialects. I can't read the one language that I know merged into the mess we call Standard English. And then you've got American English and Britain English. My mug is full of water. Ignore the tea bag. Thank you for the hydrate, Ara. I'm gonna claim that as a hydrate. I forgot to bring my water bottle back out. Shut up. You're the only one who finds Abby pretty hot. I appreciate that. I've wrestled with the idea of my physical appearance quite a lot. I hate my brow ridge, for example, and my jawline. I love my cheekbones. My cheekbones are fire as fuck, fam. Like, I get compliments on them bitches all the time. People love my cheekbones, so if I ever get FFS, them bitches staying pretty where they is. We all do, that's why we're here. I'm doing the e-girl thing that all of the salty Fortnite boys and COD boys like to complain about. Oh, the girl's only got viewers because she's a pretty girl. Hey, if it fucking works, mate. Go, cunt. If you've got assets, fucking use them. All part of being a woman, being self-aware. If you think English has exceptions, try Icelandic. Japanese was the language you were given in high school and had the exchange program option for, and it's also the worst to learn to read. I mean, I would understand that because, you know, a lot of these other Germanic-styled languages have generally English-looking lettering. Whereas Japanese and Chinese and Korean and Arabic and all that, they've got really unusual lettering and symbols that you have to learn an entirely different way to read them. Whereas, you know, you go learn Finnish or French or whatever, and a lot of the symboling is the same. I'd like to learn... You know what? I'd like to learn Gaelic. Gaelic, a language that is largely dead. I don't know if you even can actually learn it. As far as I know, Gaelic is a largely dead language. Not many people actually speak it. Or am I thinking of another language from the same region? There's several forms. Scottish Gaelic, Duolingo has Scottish Gaelic. It's such a cool sounding language. I love it. The guy just work out and play in a tight t-shirt or heck shirtless and oiled up. It reminds me of like, don't forget abs and hips. Oh yes. Are my hips that good? I need to take some more thirst trap pics. Sex appeal all the way. It's like, yeah, if you've got it, flaunt it, right? It's like, and if you can skirt by TOS, fucking go, mate. And we've seen, this is what pisses off the e-boys the most. We've seen girls on Twitch get away with like flashing full on everything. Come back 3 days later. Increase in subs. Like, use what you got. And that, you know what that says to me? Here's the thing about the salty e-boys who always complain about the women on Twitch getting away with so much. Drew, thank you for the posture check. Shoulders back. Head up. You know what gets me about it, right? They're using their assets, these girls. They know what can get them viewership, attention, and inevitably, money. They're using that to their advantage, right? Go you, queen. What it says to me, when some dude playing NBA 2K, or Warzone, or Fortnite, or League of Legends, or whatever, complains about the fact that it's like, all these women are stealing all the views from the rest of us. What it says to me, distinctly, friend, I'm asking you guys to understand this. If you are one of these guys complaining that women are potentially stealing your views, they have assets that they know how to use. What have you got? Sorry. Hey J-Sod, how you doing? Hey Yarrow, welcome back in. You lovely, lovely person. You spoiled me. I'm still not over it. You kind of want to... Oh, you want to see me when we're wearing a ponytail? Well, I mean, I can. Hang on. I got scrunchies. I got cute scrunchies. Hang on a sec. No headphones. We're listening to the speakers. Fuck yes. I can just get up and leave. This one. It's quite nice. I was gonna move the what's it called? The camera.
Another round.
Yeah, thank you for the 50 bits. Goodness gracious me. So I tend to try to wear my pony high, or high as I can. This bit always stays down here though, and I don't think I can get it. Hello, Haley Snaily. My overalls, it's a pinafore. So it's like a dress, almost. It's lovely. I love this thing. This is, funny story, one of the first things I bought when I came out. One of the first feminine pieces of clothing that I bought. I mean, snail, hello. Lovely. Lovely. I like a bit of snails. Snails are cool. Wristband. These are from my friend Beck. I have no idea where they came from. This isn't really fitting the goth vibe, but I would love to hear a snail fact. What do you got? Pony Abbey. Now my headband is like irrelevant to the grand scheme of things. There you go. Here is the whole thing. For the record. It's very heavy, it's denim, so it doesn't, I can't do like the skirt go spinny thing. It doesn't work. But it's rather nice to wear out. I'd love to get more of these in a I'd love to get more of these
Welcome
in like
to the
standard denim. Bernard McSmeg, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with his friend. Yes, a pinafore. I quite like them. I'm gonna look up pinafores right now. Dresses and pinafores. Go away, pop-ups. The biggest known snail is up to 91 centimeters long and weighs around 18 kilos, while the smallest is a mere 0.7 millimeters tall, including its shell. Yeah, get one.
Round
Draco!
On you. Love the ponytail, you gorgeous woman, you.
Thank you so kindly for the 500 bits, my goodness gracious me. Ah, you folks. This is entirely unnecessary. One of your favorite items of clothing is a pinafore. It has the show us your tops from Black Milk, and it's stretchy and comfy and has big pockets. That sounds awesome. It makes your boobs look great. I'm looking at him now on Dangerfield. Dangerfield's a lovely site. It's got
Another
tons of
round.
stuff. And even more bits.
Did somebody say bits?
Somebody did say bits. Thank you so kindly, Haley Snaily, for the 500 bits. Oh my goodness. What do I do with regards to bits? What do I say? I never know what to say. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm going to spend your bits on. It's hiring this woman to come and hang out on my stream. No, I want this pinafore. The Sell Your Soul pinafore. Look at this. Look at this piece of art. I love this fucking penny. I need it. Anyway, is there a current topic? Not at the moment, no. Dangerfield is fucking awesome. They're awesome. We were supposed to talk a bit of mental health. Oh, I can post a link to chat. Hang on. Here you go. I'll find it. An Australian site, so if you guys are overseas, it might not ship to you. I don't know for certain. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I did have a bunch of notes. We were gonna talk about mental health. Do you guys want to get deep? You guys want to get deep like a deep squat? It might be available, like there might be a UK version of the site. I've noticed that about certain fashion sites tend to do. There are certain sites that tend to be, you know, here and there sort of thing. Not trans, but you're jelly of the sheer amount of options a girl get clothing-wise and hair-wise, etc. Yeah, men's fashion does suck. I noticed that. Like, I always had issues when I was presenting male. Like, I really shouldn't beat around the bush. It's like when I was a dude. You know, I've been confronting this recently, which is a bit of a mental health issue in its own right. It's like I was a dude for a long time, even though the logistics of it, the reality of it is I was masquerading. I was putting it on, but I really should just refer to it as when I was a dude, you know, before I came out as trans. I had a very boring wardrobe. T-shirts, shorts, jeans, sneakers. There wasn't much there, and like occasionally you'd get a nice jacket or something. It's really, really boring. You have to even finding enough colourful and wacky clothes, but the search takes much longer. Yeah. Like, I've found a lot of the issue I have personally is the shape of the clothing. The majority of the shapes that men get to wear, the same few things. Polos, t-shirts, shorts, jeans, shorts, you know, slacks, whatever, pants. And then you get to like women's dresses, for example, and sometimes I'm like, I really like the shape of this particular dress that I got over here, and I can never find something in the exact same style. I can only find similar things. So I got the other problem now. It's like there's so many different styles of women's dresses and other clothes. It's like no two things are really the same, which is its own issue. Would I consider that I was a dude? I consider that I so heavily repressed my trans identity, my feminine identity. I so heavily repressed being a woman that I convinced myself as well as convincing everybody else. But the way I look at it now is that, yeah, I never was a man. I was just pretending, and I was really good at it. I picked up a whole bunch of masculine traits that I played towards really well, to the point where I effectively have to say, yeah, like, I was a dude when I was a dude, that sort of thing. But other people might disagree with that assertion of myself. Would I be interested in making a video on the harmful stereotypes of autistic people? I am going to, but it's going to be a while off, JSalt. I have the intent, because I do video essays. I've only done 2 of them, and I've got another one coming soon this month. But I am very, very interested in doing an autism video soon. Natalia 1682, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. You're hot. Am I pansexual? You might be. I don't know, are you? That's for you to figure out. But I fully intend. I've got a list of video essays I want to do this year, and autism and the misconceptions of it, and ableism is a huge focus of that particular video once I get around to making it. I really am budget ContraPoints. You can check out, if you type ! new vid, you can check out Cancelled, which is very obviously heavily inspired by ContraPoints. Haley Snelly, thank you for joining us in the Rogue Room. Sit down and grab a drink and continue to chill out with us. Had the same idea, more or less, the point of debunking those stereotypes. Yeah. I really want to hook into that as someone who's been autistic her entire life. Oh, well, been diagnosed since around about 10 or 11. I need to ask my mother, actually. It's like, when was I actually diagnosed as Asperger's syndrome? Which we no longer call it that, because it was named after a Nazi. But yeah, ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube and... Oh, I'm drinking tea. Just English breakfast tea. Who else? Honestly, like, Jim Sterling is also a huge influence on my presentational style, in some ways. Like, I think it's just the way that they present, the way that they just have.
You are now one.
Not JSalt. I mean, yes, JSalt. Yarrow, thank you for gifting membership to the Rogue Room to JSalt, 1998. Out of lack of clothing choices, maybe the social exception of masculinity is a lot more reserved. It really is. You know, there's a distinct image that men want to put out. There's a distinct image that the patriarchal establishment wants men to present, and that consistency asserts male dominance. You know, women get that expression of being able to do all of the different styles of dresses and different styles of clothing. And don't get me wrong, men do dress differently. I've seen men getting around in unusual attire, but the very distinct male look is defined as both a measure of control of men and a measure of control of women in its own way. It's like men have a uniform that puts them on a pedestal, and women, you know, they've got their own uniforms, and if you buck those trends, you're seen as the lesser for it. I'm a big man, I have no feelings, I only like sex and sport and wearing ties, the ideal man in this register. Well, I feel like it's polo shirts. Can't fucking stand those ugly things. My dad wears them. What does that say about me? But yeah, I know, yeah. I think the uniform of men, is a topic I could explore more deeply. It is something, because that's another topic for a video essay for this year, is masculinity. Particularly with regards to myself. Like that whole thing I was talking about before, that's the first video essay I actually wrote. And I haven't made it yet, because it's far too much production value and I don't have a camera I can easily move around. Get these men some goddamn spinny skirts. I want to see men wearing skirts and dresses tomorrow. Heck yes, with pockets. Fuck yeah. I should get myself a long skirt. I haven't got a long skirt. Women can get away with more things like liking cute things, you know, having... Yeah. Like I mentioned before, I suppressed so hard my femininity that honestly, emotional expression was one of the major things that I never let myself cry. I never let myself laugh and like really smile and let my emotions out. And maybe it's the estrogen. But nowadays, you know, I feel like I am so much more allowed to express myself in so many ways. It's wonderful. And yeah, the repression of men is a measure of keeping them in that image of being effectively the man of the house, but on a social level, on a societal level. By keeping them in that role of they need to be assertive and dominant, by making it so that they only have certain acceptable attires and only have certain acceptable behaviors and don't express themselves in a significant way and are aloof about the world. It's both a control measure against men. It works like we've mentioned before, patriarchy negatively affects men as much as it does women. You have PTSD, twice drugged and raped, was wearing jeans, sneakers, and t-shirt both times. You rarely dress up girly as you feel uncomfortable with the attention it brings. That's why may I just say, I am absolutely atrociously sorry that happened to you. It's
You
awful.
are now one of us.
Yara, thank you for gifting a sub to Ara. That's really awful. And quite frankly, I've heard that story so many times from so many different people. It completely debunks the entire notion that, you know, whatever you wear will get you assaulted. I don't want to say the big R word. Consider yourself a very masculine dude, but the sheer disdain for having an interest in anything, yeah. You've gone through years of therapy and you're in a good place now. I'm so happy to hear that, Emmy. Absolutely. You love being Irish, Scottish. All the men in your family own kilts for formal events. Men in skirts. Fuck yeah. Scotland forever. I'd like to go to Scotland. It's funny, like a lot of the places I would like to go and visit, my family have gone and visited without me. Scotland, London, Wales, Ireland, China. My sister's been to Paris, I think. Japan. Hello, Pixie. How you doing? Abby. What about Abby? That's my name. Don't wear it out. Don't teach women how not to be. Teach men not to. Yes. Exactly. So yeah, please wear my name out. How you doing, Pixie? Going on? Abby. You can't buffalo me. That doesn't work. Excuse me. men in skirts and stuff is hot, more please. Also, you feel like men breaking gender norms just feel just a little bit safer. I can understand that viewpoint, yeah. I am doing well. Although my throat keeps getting dry. Why without me? I don't know. I'm just gonna drink the tea. What was the question, Draco? What did I miss? Sorry, hang on. Where have you asked a question? I've missed it. What did you say? I missed it. You kind of have to refresh me. I can't find what you said. Buffalo. Do we have to do this again? Do we have to do this linguistic ambiguity bullshit again? Syntactic ambiguity? I'll bring it back up. Because it's such a fucking meme. Okay, so the idea, anyone who missed this a moment ago, Buffalo. 50 bits, thank you, Yarrow. Thank you so kindly for the 50 bits. It's a sentence that's grammatically correct in English, and it's presented as an example of how homonyms and homophones can be used to create complicated linguistic constructs through lexical ambiguity. Basically, the word buffalo has a bunch of different meanings, and when you put them together, you've got the bisons, you've got the buffalo animal, and you've got buffalo as a word for basically harass or intimidate or etc. So bison from the location of buffalo will intimidate bison from the location of buffalo, who also intimidate bison from the location of buffalo. Get it? I think I got it, maybe. Stupid. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. Oh. If they don't want to be the victim of the crime, they should have stayed home in a bulletproof room with all their possessions in it. This is literally the way that those kinds of people who effectively defend rape. There we go, I said it, sorry. I do have a thing with strong language, honestly. I've said the F slur on stream in a contextual sense, like referring to the word and talking about the usage of it. I haven't said the N word, I won't approach that one. Reposted the question. Speaking of men in skirts, may you link a screenshot of your FF14 character? You absolutely may. I don't know. I didn't see that anywhere. The more cis men that dress androgynous, the safer it is for non-cis people, which sucks but it's true. Yeah, breaking down the gender norms that... well, hang on. So what did you just learn? Some stupid English rubbish. English is dumb. Here we go. Oh, wow. That's zoomed way in. There you go. Oh, that's why, because it was on massively zoomed in for Discord out. Yeah, English is 3 languages and a trench coat. There you go. Fuck your gender norms. Fuck your gender norms. That's what we like to see. This is why we voted. I mean, I didn't vote because I'm not in America. But this is why. This is what you can expect from Biden's America. A distinct rise in the presence of femboys. I can understand why the right are intimidated. I can understand because everything that they have spent their entire lives conceiving of the ideas of what is masculine and what is feminine, they're being shattered, and they're going to be absolutely destroyed under a Biden regime. Biden, as you can tell, he's very progressive, it seems, with the fact that he's letting trans folks back into the military and that he's putting trans people on his staff. Once they roll around to Biden season 2, once he gets his second term, he's going for the femboys as well. He's going to bring a ton of femboys into government, into the Senate, into the House of Representatives. Femboys everywhere. You won't see a traditional man anymore in America. They're going away. They are going to exterminate the traditional cisgender male. Femboy Hooters, it was a meme before, it's going to become a reality. It's going to be everywhere. And I'll tell you what, those femboys working at Femboy Hooters, they are going to have fat mummy milkers. Even though they're just like little inserts that they put under their shirt. But they're going to be there. He's more middle of the road now. He's middle of the road now. Okay? He's honestly right of center. But the goal of the left, the goal of the people who are pushing the Democratic Party, push them as far left as possible so that masculinity is absolutely deconstructed in the free nation, the Democratic People's Republic of the United States of America. I'm telling you, right now, femboys are the future for the United States. If you guys want progressivism over there, you need to support the cause of femboys. It's hugely important. Anywho, now that I've got that off my chest, my flat chest, dysphoria. He's more middle of the road, but at least he's appearing to stop the shift to the right. Yes. So it's very clear, you know, with all the executive orders he's done right out of the gate getting into office. It's good that he's trying to reverse everything, you know, roll all the bad shit back. To start, you know, we'll see how things go as the Biden politics move forward throughout his term. Fingers crossed we see more progressivism from him, but it does definitely seem like right now it's a lot of, you know, we're the good guys kind of thing. You know, play the role of the good guys for the time being. Avoiding phoning your mum at the moment because after she responded with, "Don't be ridiculous," to a post on FB about respecting non-binary people, because I'm pretty sure you're non-binary and you're tired. Had to add it to a group for a voice call thing. Hang on a sec. Can't cut your parents off because they pay for your health insurance. Fuck. That's terrifying, honestly, Dumpleping. Then I hope you stay safe. Okay, it's an awful situation. Plot twist, the Daleks want to exterminate masculinity, and the reason they're that shape is because they have petticoats under their armor. Wouldn't expect him to take the big steps, but hopefully he can provide a foothold to push left later. Yes. The issue I have with the American situation right now, and with Donald Trump trying to push for a Patriot Party and all of this kind of shit, is like Donald Trump laid the framework for a fascist takeover in 2024. It could get bad. There are a lot of people who are extremely radicalized in the United States right now, and we need as much as possible to spread the ideology that everything that Trump did is explicitly in the name of a controlling authoritarian regime. And if nothing changes, if minds don't change, if voters don't shift their perspective, because I mean, even like Donald Trump got the most votes out of any president in history aside from Joe Biden. Okay, so there was a monstrous voter turnout in the United States of America, and that could repeat in 2024, or 2022 is some big election as well. I don't know what the situation is there, but there needs to be a severe push left, because left is progressivism and right is fascism. You know, that's where you're going. You got one or the other. Do you want people to be exterminated for the circumstances of their birth or the circumstances of their identity, or do you want an actual free and understanding society? 2022 is a Congress election year, yeah. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but that's my thoughts on that. We can probably go deeper into politics tomorrow. Comes down to if you spend your entire life preparing for factory work only to have it stolen from you by robots, yeah, you'd be anti-robot. I mean, it's understandable. I think there's a lot of people who are anti-robot now, because there are robotics taking over various jobs. I think the fact that he has pets says a lot about his character. You just hope that the Democrats are in power long enough to make a real change in America. I mean, yes, having dogs, keeping dogs is a good thing. If you can keep and take care of dogs and cats and all that, it does speak to your character. But I have, you know, met abusive animal owners, but I don't think Joe Biden is an abusive animal owner. You need to get something off your chest. I can have yours, Bernard. Yay. Do not anticipate all that to come from you posting a screenshot. Yeah, that's the power of improv. you know? I have no formal training in improvisational comedy, but I could do it, I reckon. I could do it to a point. What about people who actively like being the atypical man? Exactly. You know, this is why we should do away with the concept of the typical man, realistically speaking. He seems willing to admit his past failures. That's good. He's just biding his time. Feel the flat chest, pat a bra. Babe, give you a whole extra size up. That's true. I've got a few padded bras, but I don't know what it is, but they're very tight lately.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Un Autruche 26. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. I think, yeah, the bras that I've got at the moment are tight around the ribs. So I'm having that problem. I don't even have any tits yet. So I gotta figure that out. And yes, I would like to clone Jacinda Ardern. Wish trans folk could just swap chests. That'd be so good. You're in Australia, so it could be worse. You also moved to the literal other side of the country, but you still need teeth and to see and not be in pain. Yeah. I was complaining on Twitter about dental not being covered by healthcare, I think. Ridiculous. I've had 2 wisdom teeth out, had to pay full cost for it. Do split the Republican Party. In a 2-party system, that's a death sentence. I mean, I agree. If Trump manages to split the Republican Party, they're gone. However, I do worry that then the Democratic Party might just go more right, is the issue. It's like if they don't have a right-wing party to run counter to them and thus continue to, you know, it's a competitive system, right? You got 2 competing companies, and one company is selling one product and the other company is selling the same product, but you want to add more features or something to your product to make people more inclined to go with yours. You want to give them a better price and all this kind of thing. If the Republican Party is decimated, then the Democratic Party has no reason to keep pandering to the left as much as they tend to do, and thus could skew more right as a result. So it's a bit of a... I mean, this is just my speculation. I don't have any poli-sci behind me or anything like that. I'm just speculating here. I want to see him labeled as a war criminal. The amount of lives lost because of his lack of action. Do you mean Trump or do you mean Biden? Because I think Biden could arguably be considered a war criminal as well, given his association with Obama, the amount of drone strikes that Obama committed. It's also emboldening here. Yeah, there was a Nazi meetup in Melbourne. It's ridiculous. I'm scared of white supremacy because white supremacy is inherently overall fascism. You know, white supremacists are transphobes as well. And I value my life. I'd rather not have a neighbor barge into my house and murder me because they happen to spot me wearing a dress while I collect the mail. You only missed voting for Biden because you're a dumbass and didn't realize when the cutoff point was. Oh, that sucks. At least he got in. Gonna get better though, considering that younger people can vote now, I suppose. Fingers crossed. Pulling yourself out of a slump and not voting because you thought it was pointless. I can understand that. You know, there's a lot of feeling of nihilism with regards to the voting system.
Appreciates
Batch, thank you for the host, mate. There's definitely a sensation of nihilism around the voting process because there's so many people, and a lot of the time you vote one party in and nothing gets done, or the things you wanted and were hoping for don't get done, and other stuff gets done that's not really helping anyone. Had to get bra extenders? Goodness me. If I actually start to grow, I'm going to talk to my endocrinologist about progesterone, because that can apparently start development in that area. Middle of the road doesn't have a direction to go in. Yeah, this comes back to that Facebook post, Facebook comment that I mentioned earlier, where they were talking about the spear above Anthony Albanese's office door. Anthony Albanese being the opposition leader here in Australia. And someone commented, it's like, there's too much far left and far right. We need to be more of we need to bring everything back to the middle. And it's like, no, we cannot unify with the right wing. There's no middle of the road. Middle of the road gets nothing done. I hate this idea that some people have about politics where the middle of the road, centrism is inherently leaning into fascism. That's how it works. Centrism only helps the right wing, only helps the people who want to institute authoritarian rule. Because you're saying, let's hear both sides. No, there's no compromise here. You're either left or you're right, and if you're a fence sitter, you're helping the right. It's like Joe Rogan, right? By the way, Batch, thank you so kindly for calling me a big cutie. How is you? I'm doing okay. Wide awake now. It's the middle of the night and I'm wide awake. Bras Tight gave you so much empathy for trans mass people. Yeah, I can only imagine. Getting a binder would suck. Yeah, dental, you know, here's my rant about dental. I'm going back through chat. Sorry, I've missed so much. The thing about dental is dental can kill you. If you have an issue with your dentistry, if you have an issue with your teeth in some ways, if you get a tooth infection, that can get into your blood and that can kill you. So if you don't brush your teeth or floss or all of that, and you can't stay 100% on top of your oral care, there is a chance something could go wrong, and it's not something you can fix just by flossing, you know. So the very fact that you can lose your life because you can't afford to get dental work done is patently absurd. Dental work should be covered by universal healthcare. Binding sucks, you're an MB, so sometimes you don't mind your chest as much, but you still wear a binder the majority of the time. Your ribs hate me. Oh, imagine that would hurt. Abolish the filibuster. Didn't the filibuster help Sanders recently on something? I forgot what it was. Having a large near similar opponent means they had to court the US Center more. When you say atypical man, you mean the persona most people think of, overtly masculine, loves sports and beer, and in that sense, is it fair to tell someone who is happy being that way to just stop? Well, I mean, if that's what they like, you know, we can't really direct somebody's own identity, because that in itself feels, in a related way, transphobic. Yeah, I've heard prog is good for getting the bosoms. It would feel weird. I'd feel so strange, like, especially given the downstairs situation. I'd be one of those girls. Dude. So much stuff makes so much more sense now. We'll come back to that. Oh, my cat's climbing the fly screen door. Great. So many people are rejecting it and looking for real ideology, some of which suck. Yeah, centrism is nothing. Pick a good ideology instead of no ideology. Also, the whole meet me in the middle says the bad man takes a step back, meet me in the middle. Yeah. Make DC a state. Is it not a state? What's the difference between the state and anything else? Been a bit busy today, ordered a new desk that you should be getting in the next few weeks. Nice. I want a new desk. I'm hoping to get a new desk, but for right now, my main priority with finances is my name change. Trust me, you used to be a-centrist. You literally get nowhere. You began leaning left when you saw the sheer unwillingness of fascism to compromise. Yeah. This is the Joe Rogan situation. It's like he's arguably the centrist gateway into right-wing and alt-right ideology, because he platforms so many right-wing people under the guise of, I'll talk to anyone. You know, you give these people who are directly harmful a platform, and they can say things, say and do anything. And because he, considers himself largely apolitical, I would argue. He said he was going to vote for Sanders, right? If Sanders got the nomination. But just the sheer fact that he uses his platform to platform people with harmful ideas that are coercive is a bad thing. Oh, I see. The filibuster has been used to block human rights more than any other purpose. So it comes back to the... hang on, I'm going to finish this off. It comes back to the situation of... I don't know where I was going with this. I've lost my train of thought. I'm not going to bother. Cheaper public dentists are more likely to do poor work or be negligent, plus wait times. You have trauma from childhood dental work with insufficient anesthetic and can only see one clinic you trust. You need 2 separate pairs of extra expensive glasses, separate to sunglasses, which you can't get from any chains. Oh, God, that's awful. This is why we need a proper institutionalized universal healthcare system. We need to have proper funding, which can be covered by a single payer system. Is it single payer? Is that what it's called? Single payer system? There was a good way somebody illustrated the type of universal healthcare. Oh my God, Yarrow! Thank you for gifting a sub to Dumplepings. Thank you so kindly. Come and join us in the sub lounge. Single payer healthcare is a type of universal healthcare in which the costs of essential healthcare for all residents are covered by a single public system, hence single payer. Single payer systems and 50 bits. Goodness gracious, Yarrow. Thank you so kindly. Oh my goodness. May contract for healthcare services from private organizations and may own and employ healthcare resources and personnel. Single payer describes the mechanism by which healthcare is paid for by a single public authority, not a private authority nor a mix of both. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Joe Rogan having Abigail Shrier on made you want to slap him so fucking hard. I'm gonna have to watch some of that. I hate her fucking guts. I absolutely hate her guts given what she published. And that's his problem. That is the issue with Joe Rogan, is he will see somebody who has a platform for an arguably controversial reason, and he'll bring them on to talk about their side of things. Gonna be like, you didn't get much sleep last night, you took a nap earlier. Naps are good. I've been having naps lately. Naps are good shit. Radio Batch, have a good one. Not to mention site care. You know intimately how bad all the generalists are here. But GPs don't even know the difference, and the one working at the queer clinic isn't a queer psych, and you've reported her, and she got a warning. Yeah. God, that's awful. Yeah, Joe Rogan is the absolute epitome if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Absolutely he is. And that's the primary issue. He's got such an audience of dude bros. He's got such a big audience of ignorant dude bros who, when they watch and listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, he'll have people who sound intelligent on, and as a result, the dude bros who listen to his podcast think they're intelligent as a result. They'll think they have valid points to make because they heard Joe Rogan iterate this and that and the other. It's the fucking Isaac Butterfield problem. Dude, I so need to insult Joe Rogan on Twitter and get enough traction on it that Isaac Butterfield gets pissed off at the fact that I insulted something Joe Rogan said.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Sebs Dev, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Fascists, we should kill POC. Joe Rogan, wow, that's so interesting. Have you ever seen gorillas do jujitsu? Your country has free healthcare, but it's terrible, probably to push more people to go to private because capitalism. Got your braces for free and the dentist was atrocious. You have permanent dental damage. Oh, that's awful. Recently found out your teeth has moved back to their original placement, so you need to start over. Oh my god. Oh, this is the problem. It's like, we need a system that takes care of its fucking people, dude.
You are now one of us.
Yarrow, thank you for gifting a sub to Bernard McSmeg. You've gifted 21 subs and you showed up yesterday. You legend. Thank you so kindly. I don't deserve this. I am that person. Like I took my grandfather to his endo appointment today to see the blood person, whatever the vampire is, and you Transmedici. What does that mean? I drove from my place. Pathologist. I drove from my place about 15 or 20 minutes to his place. Waited there for about 10-15 minutes. Drove him to the pathologist, waited for him to get his appointment, and drove him back home. And the pathologist was like closer to my house than his. Because he couldn't drive there that day because he was getting his blood taken. And, you know, he's old. He's like 89, I think. Or around about that age, so, you know. And, you know, I did all of that. And he gave me $50 at the end, and I was still awkward about it. It's like, I just did a huge favor for you. I went out of my way to pick you up, to drive you to your appointment, and you have the audacity to give me money? That's my train of thought. I didn't say that. But I'm like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, you're really awkward receiving money from people. Even though I have this crisis of finance. It's like, distinctly with regards to content creation, I am staunchly anti-sponsor. Namely because I think I'm brand unfriendly. I'm a brand risk, I think, with the way I talk about capitalism, honestly. So I feel like, you know, if someone were to approach me later down the line where I have enough of an audience that sponsors may start approaching me, I'd be like, no. Because, like, on the one hand, I'm like, I feel like I'd be selling out to a corporation. I don't want to sell out to a corporation. And on the other, I'd prefer it if my audience directly supported me with, you know, subs, bits, Patreon, coffee, whatever. But then I also feel guilty taking money from the people who are watching me. I'm like, what the and I don't want to work in a traditional job. I haven't done my delivery driving in like 2 or 3 weeks at this point, by the way, because my car is breaking down. So I need to get that fixed. But I'm just like, money sucks. And I feel guilty taking it. And I feel annoyed working for it. But I need it. I also get a handout from the government because I'm autistic. Oh, fucking thing, dude. Wrong with me. What if you get sponsored by a trans clothing company or something? I mean, I'd do that, honestly. If there was a trans clothing company that sponsored me, or just a queer merch company, something along those lines, I'd be down. All the big leftist streamers have NordVPN. I'd take NordVPN. Hell, I mean, I'd probably take Raid Shadow Legends, honestly. Who else wants to go live in a hippie commune? Let's fucking go. I'll be your radio host. I'll start up hippie radio. You can tune into Abby in the morning. You're of the volition that everyone has a voice, but you're also notoriously friendly and naive, so you have this bad habit of seeing the best in everyone. I mean, that just sounds like you're empathic. Like you have the capacity to say there is good in you despite your negativity, despite the potential evil about you. Like, for example, this is a really awful thing to say. Somebody showed a picture of one of Hitler's artworks on Twitter earlier, and they're just like, it was in reference to the J.K. Rowling IGN article about Harry Potter fans having issues reconciling their love of Harry Potter with their hate of J.K.'s transphobia. But somebody linked the picture of Adolf Hitler's like castle that he painted or whatever. A genuinely good artwork, and you can see the talent that he had as an artist. But he killed like 11 million people. You know, there's that whole problem. The whole, oh, you use an iPhone yet despise capitalism argument. Yeah, under capitalism, you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't like society, yet you participate in it. How curious. That's not the exact wording, but, you know. Good morning, Stage 1 heroes. How you doing? Abs, I get it. I hate it when people give me money or buy me shit. I think it's totally guilt-driven. Like, no, that's your money. Take care of yourself, but capitalism. Yeah. I feel guilty receiving gifts. We should improve society somewhat. Yet you participate in society. There we go. There's the phrasing. Yeah, that's the big issue. And, like, I feel guilty around gift-giving, holidays, Christmas. Like, because generally speaking, I can't afford to buy people gifts. So if people give me gifts, which they always fucking do, and they ask me what I want for Christmas and my birthdays, and I tell them, but I feel intensely guilty because I feel like I can't repay them. Because I'm broke. Not just that, but just the general sensation of like, why are you giving me stuff? I feel like I'm abusing a person's trust or something when they give me something. Jacinta bought me a lovely vegan burger. And it was awesome. I still cringe over it. Picasso was a predator whose muse was and victim was like 16, exactly. Hitler's artworks are great artworks, he was still a horrific human being, exactly. We all know Lovecraft. We all know what Lovecraft named his cat. Fucking hell, dude. Type that if Christianity was proven true, as if you'd literally try to talk to Satan himself and do a Steven Universe on him. Makes no sense. It's all so relatable, it is. I get the sensation I'm just a relatable person. There we go. Is that arrogant? I think I'm arrogant. I'm very arrogant. I'm very narcissistic. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I'd go there. Stigmatization of one-way transactions isn't fun. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, you get the society we live in dictates that money or gifts for things, there's supposed to be a trade there. There's supposed to be an exchange. And when you get given something for nothing, you're just like, well, where's the exchange? Because we're told that we should be expecting an exchange.
I see you've
Hey,
guests.
Jordan! Hello,
Welcome,
Jordan and their
friends.
54 friends. Welcome to the Rogue Room, friendos. How was your stream tonight? What were you getting up to? And Yarrow, another 50 bits. My goodness,
Another
gracious me.
round on you.
Hello, Fruity Clown, Captain Condiment. Curvy Gamer Wife was already here. Big Red, how you going, friendos? How are things? Veritas Une, how you going? Equivalent exchange favors those with more. Yeah, we're talking equivalent exchange, gift giving, money, capitalism. Apparently I'm Pixels Mixel now, I guess. While Peach was playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I can speak. How'd you go?
You are now one of us.
I haven't actually played that. I've heard good things of DDLC. I should give it a go at some point. Thank you, Yara, for gifting a sub to Vardine27. Oh. We're just like, we got into a topic,
Welcome to the
into
Rogue
a
Room.
discussion. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this because I don't know. We'll do just like a little bit of light show. Because I realized like the other night, my It does look fairly similar. We'll put those lights on. I had a raid the other night and I put all 3 of my smart lights on party mode, so it's like flashing different colors. I'm like, probably not the best thing to do. Just thinking in my head, it's like, what if someone happens to have a seizure from watching my stream? I would feel intensely guilty for that. You want to support low budget ContraPoints? Thank you. Some high quality bisexual lighting. We love bisexual lighting. Yeah, I mean, I can show you briefly, I guess. Just don't want to hurt anyone's eyes. Minim, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. And same to you, a fruity clan. I welcome you in. Quiet party mode. Gentle. I can put it on, hang on. Let's put it on party mode for a second. Did that work? No? There we go. Put it on party mode. And we can chill it out a little bit, right? We'll chill it out a little bit. There we go. A little bit slower. A little bit more relaxed. Easy. Not a Don't say I'm better than ContraPoints. Not a transmed, true. Yeah, chill party mode. You know, we listen to lo-fi and we drink fruit juice. And the only pills we pop are Vita gummies. And hair, skin, and nails vitamins. We're not going to get into the discussion over whether Contra's a transmed. Make food for people with no expectations. I've noticed that's a thing when people who have a tendency to cook, have a tendency to be cooking types, is they love to make food for a big bunch of people. Didn't finish playing it, so you'll continue it tomorrow. I'll have to stop by. I have to swing by. I'll have to actually give that game a look. Have you played the KFC dating sim? I've Captain Condiment, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. A drink of fruit juice, pineapple juice, apple juice. I need to actually buy some juice. I don't have any juice. I've got apple juice and apple and pear juice, and the apple and pear juice is almost out. What do you think of it? Because I had it installed briefly. My friend played it on my computer for a bit, but I never actually got the chance. Because I tend to be really bad at playing the videos game. Here we go. That's enough of raid lighting for now. We'll put it back to chill colors. If I could automate this, that'd be sick, but we deal with what we deal with. We get what we get. They are smart lights. Like if my Google Home would pay attention to the different presets that I've got in my app, these are whiz lights for the record, if anyone was curious, I could just say, hey Google, turn on party mode. But it's probably going to listen to me now and say, hey Google, stop! Before it starts playing music. Surprisingly very funny, but maybe an hour too long. Oh, I see. I've never actually played a dating sim, I don't think. Hey Google, shut. Hey Google, stop it. Hey Google, set master bedroom to red. Oh, it didn't do it. Sorry, I can't reach your lights right now. Fine. Hey Google, set master bedroom on fire. Well, is it? Hey, play the KFC dating sim on the KFC console. There's a KFC movie. I did not know this while cooking KFC and eating it. Hey Google, play Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Will it do it? I was thinking of putting it in here. Your Google, hang on. Hey Google, meow. I don't know if you can hear it, but it just does this thing. This is a cat. Meow. It plays some meow sounds. It gets my cat's attention, and he goes looking for a cat that's not there. It's adorable, and I need to get him a friend. Did it work? Oh, fuck. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking of actually putting it in here in the room somewhere.
Another round on you.
Oh, it didn't play it. It didn't say it. Hey Google, turn off master bedroom.
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
There you go. That's the mood. Queermint, welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us. Look at that. It does work. Hey Google, set master bedroom to white. Oh my god! Good lord. But hey, at least you get a better look at my shelving, I suppose. But now I have to actually, no, yeah, it's very, very bright. Hey Google, turn off master bedroom. Very bright. We can chill in this for a bit. I mean, I've got my ring light, I've got the lights in the background. Oh, the terrarium. That's Vess. I don't want, she's not in, you can't see her. Like, you simply cannot. But it's about, it's 12:21 a.m. So yeah, this is Vess, my spider, my tarantula, but she won't come out unless it's like pitch black and it's the middle of like early morning, like 3 a.m. Nothing is happening. Otherwise, she just stays in her hole the entire time. Let me try something. I cannot see her in there. Look at this little bit here. Looks rather phallic. That's her main hideaway at this point in time. So she was in there recently. I saw her wandering about, and she's like, I had a nightmare about that recently. Don't tell me that. I actually had a legitimate wake up in the middle of the night. I was like, oh my god, the terrarium's been broken and the spider's gotten out. And it's all in my head. Yeah, I've been live for about 3 hours and 32 minutes. And for some reason I had this idea in my head that there was also a second tarantula. Like, you keep 2 tarantulas in the same terrarium. You don't do that. Give this drug more attention. Okay, Jacinta. How you doing? How you doing, lovely? We're going to do our cocktails in a couple of weeks. Few weeks. We'll figure out an exact time. I got to get my video essay done soon. So, studied fashion, so she has a cert form in fashion design. She's really good at maths. Has this weird, cool photographic memory. Wait, what have I missed? Wait, what is that in reference to? To hear more from Rogue, do not follow me on Twitter. It's a nightmare. I like a whole bunch of leftist shit, and then occasionally some cool Dark Souls or Bloodborne art. You'll hate it. And then I'll retweet Bloodborne art. Like, almost every time. If someone posts a good painting of like Lady Maria or something, I'ma hit the RT on that shit. Love following me on Twitter. Sometimes I post entirely too many selfies, which is just, I sometimes just treat it like second Instagram. I think you discovered me from the leftist shit. There you go, cake. Twitter sober for a few months now. Your blood pressure has dropped. Maybe that's why my heart's been aching lately. Too much Twitter. Is that a thing? Mildly worrying, if I'm honest. Quitting Twitter's been like taking benzos. Oh shit. I do need to get off Twitter a bit sometimes. I mean, I need to take a little bit of a sabbatical from it. Getting Twitter-pated. I think I get what you're saying. My mind went to palpitations. I feel like I've missed a message, Zomrife. I missed something? You're referencing something, and I don't know what. So you used to do ballet, she's really flexible. What do you... What? Super old reference. Okay, I wouldn't get it. Twitter can be seriously detrimental to your stress levels. I mean, that's the issue with social media as a whole. Like, you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Instagram. Zomrife's fiance. Oh, I must have missed that somewhere. Yeah, all these different social medias are intrinsically detrimental to our mental health and physical health. Because, you know, the mental and the physical are intrinsically linked together. And that's by design, of course. You know, social media like Twitter is designed to fire up discourse and get people argumenting. I was going to say arguing with each other. And you'll constantly see like the absolute worst, most dog shit takes, and people will be going after each other for saying the most minor thing or misinterpreting this and that. And it's a constant stress loop. If you go on Facebook, you're going to find a ton of news on there. And if you click on the comment section, never click on the fucking comment section. And then you got Instagram, which perpetuates harmful body image stereotypes. And it's just that every single social media, Twitch and YouTube, are designed around a competitive mindset. So if you get heavily into Twitch or YouTube, you get invested in the competition side of things. You want to be better than the other streamers and YouTubers. You want to put out the best content you can because everyone else is doing better content than you, so you have to catch up. You know, it's a constant stress loop of all these different social medias that we use on a daily basis. And quite frankly, we just all need to go back to MySpace. That's my take. We need to go back to MySpace.
Here is my on you.
Incredibly gay tissue box from Aldi, by the way. Super gay. Not as gay as my lighting, though. Thank you, Yara, for the 50 extra bits. Based analysis. Gotta drop some Cypro. What's Cypro? This is a very gay tissue box. They always have it. They always have this tissue box. Other stores, I've noticed, tend to cycle out different patterns, but Aldi always has the gay tissues. And I am always, without fail, going to buy the gay tissues. You know what's really weird? You're too old to be up this late, so am I. I was not expecting Jordan to swing by with the raid. Oh, T-blockers! Congratulations, Minim! It's a very gay tissue box. MySpace 2021 reboot. What was I going to say? Yeah, here's a really weird thing. It's like, I feel so happy...
Welcome to the Rogue Room.
Eno M. Coney. Welcome to the Rogue Room. Sit down, grab a drink, and chill out with us, friend. This is a really strange thing, because, you know, prior to coming out, I explicitly identified as the status quo man. I presented as the status quo man. You know what I'm referring to at this point, I would hope. I'll explain it to you if you want. Straight, cis, male. It's just the fact that it's got the rainbow on it. It's not really gay. But now that I'm out and, you know, full-blown les, I totally, like, there's just this overwhelming sense of euphoria in being able to identify myself as a gay person. Is that weird? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like... Anyway, Emmy, have a good one. Have a good rest. Get some sleep. Thanks so kindly for being here. Congratulations on the T-blockers, Minim. Yeah, it is a very, very gay tissue box. It's unusual. Like, I get to define... I think part of it, as well as being trans, is the fact that I get to define myself now. I no longer have to subscribe to the model that society said, you know, the doctor said, and all this. You are this. I get to say, no, I'm this now. And I'm happy with that. Just gay and glad you can be yourself. Yeah. I'm a gay girl. You buy, but being in a straight relationship is always a bit ew for me. I've noticed a bunch of bisexual people say that. It's like, or like, the argument that this is really sexist in its own way. When straight girls will say shit like, I'll tell you why sexuality's not a choice. I'm attracted to men. What about this? Each message is taking forever on your phone, and your phone is in French and keep correcting English words. Oh, that's annoying. That's super annoying. No hetero. I don't think it's weird at all. Sometimes when you're talking to your friends and you're afraid of being bi, you're like, this is a thing I thought I couldn't do. Yeah, it's a very nice, freeing feeling. You have no preferred gender? Does that make you pan-fester? Straight cis woman, probably way older than most of you. Listening to this makes me so happy. I'm glad that we can bring happiness to you. It's a very nice feeling. I've been feeling really good lately. And I was going to talk about mental health. We'll have to push that to tomorrow. Because it's 12:30 and I should probably go to bed soon. You buy as well and you're like, I'm happy with dating men, but selecting men on a dating app is a fucking nightmare. So much. Are you alone? Wait, what the fuck? The guy that didn't say hello before trying to... What? Are you alone? Where do you live? Ew. That's why I don't want to go on dating apps. That's why I'm not going to reinstall Tinder again, even though I made a profile specifically to try to get back into it. But I have no idea what you say in the lesbian dating space, or even if I'd be considered acceptable at this stage of things. I have a lot of self-doubt around that, of course. Don't care about your own gender. You don't feel like you have a gender identity. Oh, well, that'd be agender then. You know, as in you literally don't have one. I think that's what that is. I mean, it's up to you to decide that yourself. Ungender? I personally, like, even though I, consider myself a woman, I'm a woman. Not I identify as, not I consider myself. I'm a woman. I do genuinely love Jim Sterling's identification of gender trash. It's amazing. Because it really just describes the whole gender model, doesn't it? Marvelous. You basically spend so long in the closet and forget you're attracted to girls. Like you see a pretty girl and you're like, oh yeah, that's an option. I'm a pretty woman as well. Oh, thank you. It's the lighting. I rip on myself too much. The gay agenda. Yes, exactly. The gay agenda. Points at Twitch avatar. What's your Twitch avatar? Told as a gay man. Told by a gay man that you're just confused because you're buying.
You are now one of us.
Thank you for gifting a tier 1 to Zomrife. Yarrow, thank you so kindly. I have to go and wish you a good night. Thank you so kindly for being here, Emily. I think I need to take off as well, actually. Shall we continue the raid train onwards to someone else? Because I have the kids coming over in the morning. I have to be up at a certain time. What's this person playing? Oh no, it's a video they're watching. They're in just chatting. So I think we'll move onwards. We'll move on to somebody else's stream because I am done. We'll have to come back tomorrow because we were going to do mental health tonight. Solace, good night. How you doing? Yeah, I've got 2 kids and I've got to be a parent tomorrow. And honestly, one of the first things I'm going to try to talk to them about is calling me mum. It's been stressing me out. Honestly, they still call me dad or like some in between, or they call me Abby, and I'm just like, I want you to call me mum. And it really, I've got to tell them that. And their mother doesn't like that at all, for the record. But in this circumstance, my feelings are more important. I'm gonna be selfish. I have to find someone. Oh my god, the Twitch UI keeps buggering up and scrolling back up the follow list. Check out some dumb selfies on my Instagram. Actually, let's drop the socials. Let's get over to the thanks for hanging billboard. Yeah, she's got this whole thing. It's like, oh, well, I'm their mother. I should be mum. I don't want them to call you mum and mummy and all that. It's like, I don't care what you want. We're not together. We're not in the same house the majority of the time. What does it matter? I can be your mum if you like. No, I want to be people's sister. Or like, cool auntie or something. How's about... Ah, dang it. I'm looking at Hometown Green and they're playing Dishonored 2 and I'm like, yeah, I could go and watch some Dishonored 2, but I haven't played it and I don't want to spoil it for myself. I want to, like, if you guys do not know, I have the Dishonored 2 Collector's Edition sitting up there with the Corvo mask. That's what that box is. And I have yet to actually break the thing open. I recently took off, like, the slip cover off the box or whatever, but... Yarrow, thank you so kindly for them 100 bits. I don't know why I don't have alerts on this screen. I should have alerts on this screen. I'll fix that up. But yeah, maybe we can do an unpack and... It is the Snowball. The blue Snowball. It's very good. I've been looking at getting an upgrade though, because I want a higher fidelity microphone, but... Yeah, I keep saying I've been looking at an upgrade, and it's like, that's literally all I've been doing is looking at upgrades. I can't afford any of this shit. How's about? Who can we raid? Let me think. Who have I raided recently? You know, let's go to Grizz. Grizz is always a fun time. Grizzly Gaming. 86. Solid bloke. Does some absolutely insane Mario challenge runs. Super Mario World challenge runs. And I have no idea how the fuck he does it. I look at this shit and I'm just like, how does this work? This is honestly on another level that I cannot fathom. But anywho, Thank you everybody for coming out tonight, for hanging out tonight. I suppose you didn't really come out. You were already just like, I assume, sitting at home. You didn't go anywhere. But you can recommend a mic, please do. The SM58. I'll have a look at that. You're already out. There we go. Everyone's already out of the closet. Sounds like Shure. Yeah, there is the Shure SM7B, but there is a lot involved and investing in that one. I'll take a look at the SM78. I'll see if that's any good. But if you have not already, check out my YouTube channel as well, where I'm working on my next video essay project and other junk. One was $50. Oh, okay. Let me think. Is there anything else I can say? Not really. Have a good time. Be kind to Grizz. Be kind to yourselves and each other. Thank you so kindly for being here. I should be live tomorrow at 9 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And I'll see ya when I'm looking at ya.